big Netflix release this past week. Now, it's no secret, we're both pretty big fans of Breaking Bad. So Netflix was like, you want some? Come get some. We're going to give you some more of that in the form of the future adventures of Jesse Pinkman with their release of El Camino. And with that being put out there, why not just look back on the series in general, what we like, what we don't like? What do we like about this movie? What don't we like about this movie? There's so many opinions to be had. And we're going to give them all to you in a very Blue Meth edition of the Review. Jesse!
Yeah, bitch! Welcome to the Review, a show where two small-town dudes give you our big, dumb opinions. I'm short of the Max Extreme.
Jesse!
And we're going to podcast so hard the room will stink tonight.
Yum.
It's at a crisp 65 degrees in this room.
Woof.
I've never been more comfortable for a podcast
In this room?
Yeah.
This room has always been just the worst.
It's either piping hot or freezing right now.
Or just a very loud fan.
Yeah. I know. You can't win in this room. You think I would have it dampered enough with the carpet and garbage that it would have decent audio quality.
We'd be very well insulated with all the garbage in the room.
Well, since that TV is like kaput,
yeah,
it's become just a throwing down, like just a elephant graveyard of empty beer boxes. I mean, if you just peek over there, it'd make you sick.
Oh yeah, just roll around in the muck.
Well, we're talking El Camino tonight.
Yeah,
a movie lousy.
Whoa.
With
oh okay.
With I don't know, neo-Nazis or something.
Jesus.
I think there's some in there anyway. We'll get to it.
I don't even know do we watch the same thing?
well, maybe not. Maybe I watched it completely wrong.
I mean, there's evil welders. Do they count?
We'll talk about it later. But before we get into any of that stuff and talk all about Breaking Bad, that's my Vince Gilligan
impression. Down.
we get some news of the week here.
Okay,
we get some news. Netflix, the streaming juggernaut, bring them up almost every week.
Yeah, you can't avoid them.
You can't discount Netflix, especially now because there's actually surprisingly. Stock prices went up.
Oh, boy.
Out of nowhere. So, their Q3 results just came in. Now, this is a little bit of business talk here.
Oh,
Can I lay down some business here?
Hey, put on our power suits. Let's talk about business.
I wouldn't add it in here if I didn't find it surprising or interesting.
What's the over-under on this?
Here we go. Over-under.
What's the S&P looking like today?
Here we go. Out in like a tiger or whatever. Is that the... Netflix's stock prices...
Bulls is a bull stock right now?
Actually spiked after a subscriber base bounced back, adding 6.77 million subscribers in Q3 alone.
Good Lord.
Which really surprised me after they had like an abysmal like beginning of the year, losing thousands of subscribers when they upped their pricing.
They persevered.
They did. They persevered. The only thing we need to really look at is like the next coming quarter and next year when every other streaming service hits the market to see like where they stay. They already are easily number one.
Yeah.
So they'll probably be number one still for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But that Disney app is gonna
everyone's talking about getting that Disney app.
Yeah. For sure. Even Chelsea was like, that Disney app, what day exactly does that come out?
Oh, Jesus.
I'm like, oh my God, the day?
Take off work?
You know what? It comes out the 12th. I might take off work.
Oh, man.
Just to dick around in it. Why not? So the next coming quarter and the year will maybe plateau their growth a little bit.
Yeah.
If not slow it down. I would assume at this point everyone has a Netflix. So I don't understand how it hasn't plateaued already.
I don't know.
Unless they have just like one of those Indian like farms where they just like subscribe to things.
Trying to get the Amish in there.
Create new accounts and just freaking inflate the numbers.
We're trying to put out our accounts on Netflix via Telegram.
Yeah, they're just even going past the get the DVDs. They're
Can you
just
believe this
mailing
episode of Breaking Bad where they did 4 dots instead of 3?
Yeah, they're just mailing you transcripts of what the show is. Speaking of
I'm the danger, stop.
Speaking of the Disney app, did you see that the Disney Plus like Twitter account just wrecked Twitter?
Oh, yeah.
This last weekend.
They made a huge thread of just all the stuff they're going to have on there.
Like every single show, they just put up like a screenshot or a title card of it.
Yeah.
And it was like literally hundreds of things.
Yeah. They only made it up to like 2,000 too.
Oh my god.
I looked through the whole thread and they only made it up to like 2000, like the year 2000.
Jesus.
So there's more. There's gonna be more shit on there.
It's insane.
Yeah. And they're definitely having like all the sequels we're talking about doing too.
Yeah, thank
From
God.
what I could see.
Thank freaking God. So yeah, even though I think that's funny, that's just an abuse of social media. That's
an abuse of social media.
It's abusing. It's offensive. Like
poor Twitter.
Has
been left bloody and blue.
I know. Battered and beaten, even Breaking Bad. All the bees. That's what Disney Plus.
Jesse.
Yeah. So, I mean, good for them. I mean, I the only reason I even knew about it is because Dinosaur Neil was like praising that all of Gargoyles is going to be on there.
Oh, yeah.
And then the next one below Gargoyles was the Santa Claus. And he's like, oh, never mind. He's like, Disney Plus is the best thing ever. Oh, never mind. Hold on. Even though Santa Claus is pretty good.
Somebody retweeted like the Grace Mouse Detective, and I fucking loved that movie growing up as a kid.
I remember you loving it and saying you loved it even as a kid, and I never could get into that one. I always got it confused with The Rescuers.
Well, that's because I watched that one. Well, Rescuers Down Under.
Oh, yeah.
That was like
Down Under is the better one.
Yeah. That was the first Disney movie I remember ever watching.
Yeah. What does I think maybe Cinderella is the first one I remember. Not sure. We'll have to get into it. I'll dream about it later.
It had a pretty... I don't know, maybe I'm thinking the Great Mouse Detective theme. I was like... Yeah, it is the Great Mouse Detective theme where it's like... Yeah, that's Great Mouse Detective.
All right. I had no idea where you're going.
It's good.
I thought you were just going to go... Da, 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 da.
Yeah. I don't even know what that is.
I don't either, but it's a famous song. Hit us up, Twitter.
Tell us what that famous song is. What should I be humming?
More on to Disney stuff. We should just have left all this news for next month where we just go all in Disney.
Yeah, save this news that's going to be 3
antiquated.
weeks. Yeah. This 3-week-old news for a month.
Yeah.
So 3 weeks ago, guess what happened?
Yeah, I should have told you this a while ago. Yeah. Say that every single news item.
This is a little dated, but I'll...
If you could forgive me here. It's a little old, but just decided to say it. Elton John apparently had something to say about the music in the new Lion King.
About our show? Where I talked about him?
First of all, praised the show. Loves it.
Good.
He wrote in. He's like, you blokes are great. Called us blokes. I loved it. Very Elton John. You wouldn't know if you never met him.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he was actually here.
I love L. We call him L.
Yeah. He actually had something to say about the music of the new live-action Lion King. He said he hated it.
Oh.
Now, if you know or in the know, he created almost all the original music for the original Lion King animated feature. He said that the music in this one was a huge disappointment, and I'm actually quoting him here, huge disappointment, and magic and joy were lost. So they took what he created and turned it into just like a bland copy.
It sounds like all of the live action ones, though. Like, how is this new?
I mean, he's just going on like, well, they took whatever I made and made it garbage.
This just in, Elton John has eyes.
Elton John is still alive and is aware of what is going on in the world.
Elton John can form opinions based on sight and hearing.
Even so far as going down to the charts and the soundtrack charts, to be more precise, that he didn't... wait, am I reading the right thing? Yep. The soundtrack didn't even light the charts up just like they did 25 years ago when he wrote the music.
Yeah.
When they had, like, the #1 single for a while of Can You Feel the Love Tonight. I can't argue with him. I haven't seen the movie yet.
And he followed up with a, hey, Jon Favreau, go fuck yourself.
He pulled like a Kingsman 2 and just like kicked Jon Favreau right in his ball sack and just said, fuck him.
And then made a robot dog eat him.
Yeah. It's hard to argue with Elton John. I haven't seen the new movie yet. And he also has me at gunpoint right now.
Elton!
You don't... He's
Put it
actually
away.
right behind you. There's a laser pointer right on my chest. I noticed it before. No. I didn't want to say anything.
Elton, stop.
You blokes are great.
Oh, thanks, Elton.
Thanks, El. So anyway...
I could make Google play more of your music, Elton John. That's okay.
Oh, all right.
All right.
I mean, on with the show, right?
Do you want us to, though?
Can you feel the love tonight? We can, and it's in this room. Yes, this perfectly tempered 65-degree room.
Yes, we can. Hey, do you know Bernard?
Sir.
Oh, Bernard. I didn't want you to speak. I wanted to know if Elton knew you. I'm talking to Elton.
I don't know Bernard. What accent is this?
What are you, Robert Downey Jr.?
I need to move on because I can't. I'm going to get too fucked up on the accents and I can't do it. I can't do it. Not today. Not today.
I can help you, sir. Bernard?
Oh my. You literally broke his face.
I did.
He's a brittle old man.
He needs to learn.
I mean, that is true. Back to the fridge with you.
Get in the fridge, Joker style. Take all the shit out and go sit in the fridge.
Speaking of Netflix, I should have brought this up right after, but Netflix, if you have an old Roku streaming device, the only reason I bring this up because I have one in our bedroom.
Yeah.
Netflix will no longer work on it come December 1st.
Oh. Okay.
Because they stopped updating the software for all like Netflix and old Roku devices. So a little FYI out there for people with older devices. If you like Netflix, you better upgrade your shit or else you're going to be SOL.
Okay. We got a Chromecast, so that should probably still work on that.
Oh, yeah, it'll definitely work on that.
Oh, good.
So public service announcement. Upgrade your shit. Sorry. Yeah. The world moves on without you.
Wonder if it'll still work on a Wii. I think like not that long ago I tried it on our old Wii and it still worked. And that is the most prehistoric bullshit.
Oh my god, yeah, it is because like Tyler still had it up at his store.
Yeah.
Like our friend Tyler had like a Wii up there forever in his store and like he just watched Netflix on that. The one thing I did like about the Netflix though is that it was like you can control it with the motion wand.
Oh yeah.
I liked that interface of it, but it never updated ever.
It looked like you were playing Netflix on like a Super Nintendo.
It really did. The maximum quality was like freaking 120 DPI. You could literally count all of the pixels on the scrin. It was so good.
Because I think I like looked online one time and someone actually like played Netflix on a black and white TV because Wii's have like the AV connectability,
like the aux cables.
So they actually like played Netflix on like one of those old black and white TVs where it's like when you turn it off, like it goes down to like a dot and then it gets like just fades out. So like people like watching fucking Orange Is the New Black and they turn the TV off and it was like, like I don't know why, but it was so fucking funny to watch.
Oh my god. So this is pretty big. I got some Kevin Feige news. Did you see this?
Is he in the boys club?
No,
okay.
He's not.
You're giving me that face like something was wrong.
Well, I think it's a bit of a power move. So Kevin Feige is like the producer of all the Marvel movies right now, right?
Yeah.
He's the head swinging dick up there.
Yeah.
So he's done, I guess, well enough that they're now giving him a test with some Star Wars movies coming up pretty soon.
Yeah.
Right, producing those.
Yep.
But he now is taking over as chief creative officer for all Marvel. All Marvel. Comics, TV, and movies. So that even means the president of Marvel Comics / entertainment right now
works for him.
Has to answer to him. And then he answers to the head of Disney. Like, there's only like two chains of command above the head of Marvel right now.
Yeah.
And that's Kevin Feige and like Ike Perlmutter. Which is insane to me. Like, I don't have any ill will against him, but it just seems like that's a lot to handle.
I don't know.
Especially if he's got like his movie slate on, and if he's like the CCO of all of the comics, which I think probably isn't like the biggest priority for him.
Yeah.
Because it's like small change compared to like the billions he makes making movies.
Yeah.
But still, like, that's like your bread and butter, getting it every week.
Yeah.
So I would be very interested to know if there's like going to be any weird sweeping changes throughout the books. Cause like I pay attention to that stuff.
Yeah.
I know you don't, but like I think it's very interesting that like even like TV and print, he's like, now I'm in charge.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God.
I'm the captain now.
Yeah. He's definitely the captain now.
Look at me. I'm the captain now.
Hope he says that to everybody when they just like fucking disagree with him.
Wearing his Marvel 10 hat.
Yeah.
His shitty Marvel 10 baseball cap everywhere he goes.
With his cold, dead smile that he always has on.
I don't think I've ever seen him not wearing like a Marvel hat.
Oh yeah.
Like, what's going on underneath that thing?
Oh yeah. Probably nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
or it's like you take it off and there's like a small alien like controlling him. Like from Men in Black that like lives inside the dude's face.
I would hope so. But yeah, I think that's super interesting to me. That are like, here you go, here's all of it. It's like, holy shit. Well, we'll see about that, won't we?
We shall see.
Oh, got a close eye on you, Feige. Don't you fuck it up. Staying on top of the Marvel movie train that I got going on here, Tessa Thompson and Brie Larson were currently at like a big, I think it was like a Pride like conference and talking about like women in movies and stuff, and they were invited because Tessa Thompson being Valkyrie and there is like the first like bisexual character I think in the movies.
Yeah.
And then Brie Larson is like rumored to be like a queer character as Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
So they were up doing on stage, and actually
so we're gonna be here just based on rumors of our characters.
Rumors and speculation, yeah. But and actually they lit lesbian Twitter on fire.
Oh no!
By a simple one of like a fan. They sent out questions to the audience, and they're like, "Well, what do you want to see in more MCU movies?" And some fan just yelled out, "I just want to see lesbians." To which Tessa Thompson was quick to agree, but then the question was floated over to Brie Larson, and she's like, well, how do I top lesbians? Like, I can't. And then Tessa Thompson said, I bet you there's a... Hold on. She goes, Brie Larson says, how do I top lesbians? And then Tessa murdered the audience by saying, I'm sure the lesbians could show you how to do that after this panel. And then everyone's like, oh, shit!
Let's fuck Brie Larson!
And so that pretty much shut down the whole panel. And then lesbian Twitter was aflame with memes on memes on memes.
Just thirsting over Brie Larson.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So that was... I found that... pretty great. Pretty great and pretty funny.
Right.
In fact, I didn't even know there was a lesbian Twitter to be. I know it's like just
Twitter for everybody.
I know there's like Yeah, I know. I just never occurred to me that I'm like, oh yeah, there's probably one of those. I just don't see it because I'm not a lesbian, most likely. Most likely. Jury's still out, but I'm not.
You can't see lesbian tweets because you're not a lesbian?
Yeah, that's how it works. Sorry, I didn't make the rules. Last bit of news I got, JT, is almost a throwback to old beer news. When we used to do like our old version of the show, we used to have like more alcohol based kind of like facts or news every once in a while. Because
I better do the sound stinger for our beer news.
Oh, you might as well sting me some beers over here. Beer news. That's the theme song. Beer news.
You're just yelling beer news.
Let's hear it again.
Beer news.
Perfect. Well, Sam Adams has come up with a beer that's so unique, so maybe borderline offensive.
Oh no.
That it's illegal in 15 states. And it's okay. The only reason it's illegal is because its alcohol volume is 28% per bottle, which makes it almost a liqueur at that point.
Yeah, that's like a mixed drink.
And that's why it's illegal in 15 states, even though I don't understand why, because I assume hard alcohol can be bought in those states.
Yeah.
Liquor laws are so stupid.
Yeah. Like you have to be a certain percentage to be considered a beer, I guess.
I guess. I don't know. It's also only 100 casks of this were made, so it's a very limited quantity.
We can't afford it.
Well, we can't afford it because it's also $210 a bottle.
Yeah, no. Yeah, we can't afford it.
Yeah, we can't afford it. But if you wanted to get some, it was on sale starting yesterday.
Oh.
So it's probably sold out.
It's probably sold out.
Yeah. It's 28% alcohol, like I said before. The states that find it illegal are as follows.
Yeah.
And some of them I find odd that they have any liquor laws at all, but I'll get into it. So this is the states where it's illegal: Alaska, Arizona, Georgia, Idaho, Missouri, Mississippi, Montana, New Hampshire, North and South Carolina, Oklahoma, Oregon, Utah, Vermont, and West Virginia. So I can see like Utah having it be illegal because it's like a heavy Mormon state.
Where is this Utah anyway?
But like,
that's a Wild Wild West joke.
But places like Alaska, which seems like it's not regulated in anything.
Yeah.
Like it's illegal there.
I mean, they can see Russia from their backyard.
They can see Russia from their backyard. It's not illegal in Hawaii.
Wow.
It's not like a shipping thing.
That's sea law right there.
Oh yeah. They're in open waters. I forgot about that. And even like other states like Missouri, like it's like in the Midwest. Midwests are huge drinkers. Like what the fuck is
what
going on
else can
there?
you do in the Midwest?
I don't understand.
Missouri's weird though. I know like Missouri has like weird wrestling laws too.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, like there's a promotion that I went to once in a while that like they consider themselves a Missouri wrestling promotion, but they always ran in the Illinois because you actually like need to have like a physical like updated every year to wrestle in Missouri
per person, right?
Yeah, and Jesus. It's like a $200 physical every year, and it's like blood, like a whole bunch of like different
all your fluids, blood,
all your
urine,
floods,
semen.
yeah. Like you need to like everything needs to be examined and shit, and then they have like strict like you have to have a doctor present in every show too.
What the hell? Why would they even try to run shows? Obviously they.
Well, they don't. They run them in Illinois. Like I think they were originally a Missouri-based company, and then Missouri got really weird when it came to wrestling, so they just run like right on the river by like St. Louis.
Huh. If you're not WWE, how do you even?
I guess you don't.
Jesus Christ! Like if you're center state.
Yeah.
Like what do you do? Like I guess you don't
guess
see
you just
independent
don't.
wrestling. I guess
you don't.
That's too bad. That's too bad.
Sorry, Missouri.
Now's your chance to plug your independent wrestling TV.
iwtv.com/ZowAlive.
There you go. ZOWA.
Enter ZowAlive for 20 days for free.
There you go.
In the promo code. Get 20 days for free.
Hit it up sometime.
Hit it up.
But yeah, that's all my news. That's all I got. Some odd beer news.
Odd beer news.
Sam
Actually,
Adams.
I found like some pretty decent nuggets of news this week.
I was actually proud of myself when looking for news this week because I didn't go to my local jaunts.
Uh-oh.
I just went all over the place and like saved open pages throughout the week.
Wow.
Like, I find that interesting. Opening Chrome. Don't close it. In fact, all of them closed. I had to search my history to figure out what the fuck I even wanted to say.
Troy, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yes.
It's getting a Broadway musical.
It's about time.
Everyone needs to musical numbers. I want to see a Mrs. Doubtfire musical number.
I can't wait for the song. Hello! Hello! Is it me you're looking for?
Yeah, I'd want that. I'd want that. Troy the Batman.
The Batman.
I got someone that's in and someone that's out now.
Robert Pattinson out.
Robert Pattinson's still in.
Okay.
Jonah Hill out.
Out.
He's out.
Say. Okay.
So no Riddler for Jonah Hill in there.
All right. Or anything.
Yeah. Maybe he'll just do it at home.
Yeah.
He'll make some YouTube videos like Kevin Spacey when he got canceled.
I hope. Maybe we'll see
they
him
don't
in
want
there
me as
like...
the Riddler, but you do.
Maybe we'll see him in the credits as like the gaffer or something like that. Huh?
But someone that's in, Troy.
He's in.
We got a Catwoman.
A Catwoman. She's in.
And apparently she's going to be played by Zoe Kravitz.
Oh, I think I saw a little bit of this. I'm in favor. That'd be fun.
Yeah. She has like a nice seductiveness to herself.
That's right. That's right. I want to say she also played... I might be wrong, but I thought she already played Catwoman in an animated feature, like a voice.
Really?
I think. I might be wrong on that, but fact check me, internet. But I think I'm right.
Hold them to it.
Yeah.
Troy, HBO Max.
Yes.
Starting to put some content out there, trying to get people to be like, hey, you want to buy this.
Yes.
And
you want to buy this.
One of the things they have out there right now is that they're talking about doing a spin-off series based off of the film Grease.
A spin-off series.
Yeah. Still going to take place during the 50s.
Well, tell me this. Is Grease 2 still canon?
I don't know.
Let's hope. God, let's hope. My God, let's hope.
Please, for the love of God, include Grease 2. Bring back Michelle Pfeiffer playing her same role.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, it'd be cool if they tried to do more musical numbers per episode too.
Yeah, I mean,
I like Grease the movie.
I do too. I think it's really fun.
I've never seen Grease. I've never seen Grease 2.
I've seen Grease 2 on TV like when I was super young, and I'm like, this isn't Grease. And if they made a how does this get made about it,
yeah,
then I'm like, this can't be good.
So we did Grease for high school, and
Yeah.
I was like a big fan of that. Was like our senior play,
Right.
I think it was Grease.
Yep.
And I remember like being like kind of bummed that they didn't have Hopelessly Devoted because I actually liked that song from the movie.
They had ours was like a weird high school version of it as well.
No, she changed it. 'Cause remember like she cried.
The director cried.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like it was still edited because during Grease Lightning when he says the chicks will cream,
Yeah.
that was changed to the chicks will scream.
Yeah, that got changed, but for some reason she still kept in the I didn't get my period this month part.
Mm.
I remember that because it was pretty funny. So we got a new choral teacher like the year before, and she was all about like doing Grease and keeping in the part where Rizzo thinks she's pregnant.
Yeah.
This is during a high school play,
Right.
where like kids are gonna show up and see this shit.
Yeah.
So she still wanted to keep in the part where Rizzo doesn't get her period.
Yeah.
And everyone thinks she's pregnant.
Yeah.
And like it got to a point where like all of the pastors in our small town were like saying don't go to this.
Yeah.
And like we had like
that now.
Yeah, and then we had like a meeting in her room where like someone like ripped it apart.
Yeah, like some dick.
Yeah, some guy
theater reviewer that goes to like what do you remember what his name is?
I don't remember his name, but I think he worked for like a local paper and like he reviewed it like a actual like theater critic.
Yeah.
Like he was putting out all the shit that was wrong with it. And it's like, we're in fucking high school.
For a high school small town production.
Granted, you and me were like all about it because he like praised us. Yeah. So we were just like, we're like sitting back like, ah.
Yeah,
everyone else is like
fucking killed it.
Everyone else is like talking shit about him and like how like this isn't fair and everything. And we're just like, yep, we got good reviews.
Because we were in the T-Birds, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, the only saving grace of the show is the guys playing the T-Birds.
No, it was just you and me specifically because...
Oh, was it?
Yeah, because like he said the T-Birds were like so uncharismatic. And I remember like I didn't get a good part, so I was like so pissed that I just tried to steal the scene in every single scene.
You really hammed it up.
And like he pointed out that like I couldn't take my eyes off of Joel. And then he said you did a good Kaneki. So it was like you and me were like considered like the best of the T-Birds, and we're just like, yep, we're just kind of the best here. But no, I remember like specifically he pointed out like because he said like the guy that played Danny sucked.
Yeah,
and
I can agree with that.
Yeah. And he said like everyone else was like kind of just going through the motions, and you were good obviously. And then I was like, I was so pissed that I didn't get like a good role that I just would try and steal every single scene I was in.
Yeah. I was actually hoping going into that I would get the Danny role and you would get like the Grease Lightning song.
Yeah.
Because like I was upset when I didn't get the Danny Zuko role.
Yeah.
But then the choral teacher's like, but he doesn't get to sing Grease Lightning. And I'm like, okay. You're turning this around for me. But then I was like, what is... And then what was Sunny?
Yeah, I was Sunny. I was the horny one. Yeah.
So you were typecast.
Yep. I was the horny one. I was the one that asked if you raped her. Did she put up a fight? That's my big claim to fame.
Oh. God, what a great time.
Well, like there was like a whole part where I made up this whole thing where like I was supposed to spike the punch in the background, and I legit made it like a big thing. Like I would like bring people over and like be like, "Hey, I spiked the punch. Make sure you act drunk." And I was just like making it where like everyone around me was acting drunk, and I was hanging on people like, and this is like while dialogue is happening that people are supposed to pay attention to, and I'm like pushing people, getting into like I'm getting into small fights in the background. Like, I was so pissed.
Oh my god. Okay, this is a total tangent because I want to talk about this now.
We're so into Grease.
So what was the play when we were juniors? Was that murder mystery one?
Maybe. Yeah, because I remember I was like, it might have been because Neil was in it with me.
Yeah, so it had to be
because Neil was like, because I did the thing where I was like the kung fu master and he was my sensei.
Yes. Okay. So
this was that was our junior year.
He would have been a freshman, and then I played that butler. So there was one scene where I remember in this where, because the play is almost forgettable. Like I don't remember much of it except for this one part on like the main opening night.
Yeah.
Where our friend, Pasco.
Yeah. Pat Masco.
Pat Masco. So we just ruined his whole name. So he was like a ripoff of like Kojak in this.
And he shaved his whole head.
And he shaved and nared his whole head to even play the part.
He shaved it like 3 months before we even had our first production.
Which is a shame because it never really grew back well.
And then he had to keep doing it because it had to be bold for the show.
So anyway, he was supposed to have like a walk-on scene where like he has this like kind of monologue, and I run into him and his like two like female detectives or whatever. Yeah. And he didn't come on stage. He was too busy grab-assing back in the back waiting room to come on, and the curtain opened, and his 2 assistants walked on, who are not great actors, and, like, were just shocked into standing still, and I had to fill time on stage until he fucking came on stage.
Oh, fuck.
And so I'm just like, I'm not just gonna stand here and just wait, so I just was like, so where do you think he is? He called me here. Where is he? And like getting legit pissed that he's not coming on stage, hoping that he'll hear me from down the fucking hall. Well, the whole audience is probably like, the fuck is going on here? He's really mad. But then he came out and you could literally see the fear.
Yeah.
In his face in a cold sweat.
Beat his ass.
So, like, we also used to backyard wrestle when we were kids, too, right? I would have literally just punched him in his face and just pile drove him into the ground if I could have, but...
I remember my introduction in that play was I had a fight scene with Big A, Coach Havens, and Tyler.
Yeah.
And I had to wear ballet shoes while I did it, and they were, like, wearing, like, hard, heavy-duty tennis shoes. So like
boots.
Yeah, so they they stepped on my feet so many times that there was like legit like a big blood spot in the middle of these ballerina shoes that I had to wear for the rest of the production. So I just had a huge blood spot in the front of my shoe. That's the one thing I remember.
Play even.
It was just like it was one of those like ones you just like buy where because they were all supposed to be like rip-offs of like TV
pop culture characters.
Yeah, TV detectives. Like it's a whodunit murder mystery, but like
it can't be called Clue.
Yeah. But no, it was like everyone that showed up that was a detective was like a ripoff of like a TV detective. Like me and Neil did Kung Fu, and then Pat Masco did Kojak.
Right.
And then there was other ones too. I think one of them was supposed to be who was like that one dude that killed his wife?
I don't know. I don't remember anything of this play.
That was all I remember was that we were all ripoffs of like TV detectives.
Okay. And I remembered I think I ended up being the murderer as the butler. Big surprise. Spoilers also.
Spoilers for
But like I was barely in the play. Like I was in like 2 scenes because I'm supposed to be like kind of like in the background, like kind of just always there. But like I remember one part where they demask me and I had to like be like in old age makeup and stuff.
Yeah.
But the spray paint they put in my hair to color my hair just like plumed out of this mask. And it's like I think I saw like the tape of it and it was just like this big like poof of gray smoke that came out of my freaking hood that I had to wear. Anyway, more news?
More news, Troy. After this school play tangent we went on. The Matrix 4. We've heard some, of course, Keanu and, what's her name?
Trinity,
yeah, they're going to be back in it. But they made a big casting choice for Matrix 4 today. Oh. Neil Patrick Harris.
NPH?
Going to be in that Matrix 4.
Oh my god. Trench coat? Does he have to bring his own trench coat, you think?
I don't know.
You think NPH owns a trench coat? A leather trench coat?
I hope NPH has a leather trench coat.
Oh my god.
I mean, he's married, so I guess he's settled down. He doesn't need one.
Right. I guess. You have to pull it out the back of the closet, like, from his crazier days.
Yep.
Great.
I can see NPH, like, pulling a total Dennis. Walking through Boys Town with a big leather jacket and no shirt on.
Oh, hell yeah. It makes total sense.
Oh, total classic NPH there.
Classic NPH there. Yeah, easy. That's a cool casting choice. I'd like to see what they got even planned for Matrix 4.
Yeah, I know. I'm curious about it.
I'm more curious than anything in the world about Matrix 4 right now.
More than anything in the world, Ron. Troy, I got some Thor 4 news.
Thor 4?
Thor 4. Taika Waititi saying that Natalie Portman's Jane Foster in Thor 4 may have a storyline where she's dealing with breast cancer.
Oh, how about it?
So what do you think about the inclusion of that in a Marvel film?
I like it. It's not like a huge shock because that's like a kind of like a story arc for her character already.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like she I can't remember how she like gets the power of Thor, but she becomes worthy to hold the hammer, so she becomes like Thor.
Yeah.
But like every time she switches back to be Jane Foster, like she starts to get cancer again.
Oh shit.
So like every time she's Thor, like it's wiped from her body.
Yeah.
But then it also wipes any chemotherapy she's had from her body as well. So then she goes back to having cancer with no treatment in her system. So there's going to be one point where she just progressively gets worse, and if she changes back, she'll die. Because she's just reached the point of no return. And if she changed back from being a superhero, she'll just croak.
Ooh.
So like I think that's an awesome like
so like
story arc.
But like the time she can be Thor is like limited?
No, she can
be forever?
She can be it forever,
Yeah.
but then she just always has to be Thor, which you wouldn't think would be a bad thing unless you're always just getting your ass kicked.
Yeah.
So, but I haven't read it yet. It's like on my to-do list to read this big huge chunk of it.
Yeah.
Because I think he's done with that now. The writer of it was on it for like years.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah. So like it's not a huge surprise to me that that's a thing, but I'm actually really happy that they are throwing it in there because I really want to see that. So lay it on me, Taika Waititi.
Very interesting.
Very.
My last bit of news, Troy, and I only bring this up because I want to know what your take is on it, because it is we got some CW
news. Okay.
So for Black Lightning, they're going to be having the villain of Gravedigger. Do you know who Gravedigger is?
Nah, I know it's a monster truck.
Okay.
Is it a monster truck?
It's a character. I don't know who
Does
he's
it
supposed
say
to be.
it's a monster truck though? Because really, it
is a monster truck, but it's I don't know. It's the character Gravedigger from comics.
Does it say it's not a monster truck?
I'm looking at a picture of a person.
All right.
So I don't think it's a monster truck.
Fair enough. You got me.
The person that's going to be playing said Gravedigger is going to be Wayne Brady.
Oh, okay. I like to see him in things.
Okay. I don't know. I was curious if you knew who Gravedigger was, and if
I don't. Black Lightning is already an obscure character, like more like a C-list character.
Yeah.
And even since he has like had his own show, he's still in that C-list.
Yeah.
And so if they're pulling out a villain, it's probably like an F-list villain.
He looks, I don't know. They have a picture of the character on here, and he looks like a war vet or something.
Over here. Show it over here.
Okay. That's Gravedigger.
Nah, doesn't do anything for me.
So Wayne Brady's going to play him in Black Lightning.
Well, I'm excited for it, even though I don't watch Black Lightning. Not because it's a racist thing, because I don't watch any of the CW things anymore. Like, I just can't keep up. The only thing I want to watch is the Crisis on Infinite Earth crossover. That's what I'm going to make you watch.
It's going to be a thing that's going to happen.
It's going to be a thing that happens to you, and I'm going to enjoy it.
Be a thing that happens to me. Fuck you. And that's all my news, but I do have a bit, Troy.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I don't know if you have a bit, but...
Is it relevant to the...
It's relevant to what we're talking about tonight, even.
Then I knew about it, but I was going to save it for the news, for the show. But let's do it now.
Let's do it now so we can give it the proper Neil's Bits treatment.
Very good.
Neil's Bits.
People dying, it's the pits. Please stay tuned to Neil's Bits.
We gotta have Neil on a show. I miss him.
I miss him too.
I really miss him.
I miss him.
I miss him.
Neil, if you're listening,
Neil,
we miss you.
If you can hear us through your extremely long Bits theme, get your ass down here.
There's people that really miss you.
There's people that miss you.
Me and Joel included.
Yeah.
And I've even had listeners that say they miss you.
Maybe we can get him on one of our what we missed in 2019 shows. Maybe we use one of his movies. What he thinks we should talk about.
Things we missed?
in 2019.
Turns out we also miss Neil.
We also miss Neil. We
We
miss Neil in 2019.
Just have on the show. We'll just talk about whatever.
Yeah.
Because we missed him.
We miss you.
Are you... Oh, never mind. This is an off-air conversation.
Okay. I didn't know we were going to get so personal. But, Troy?
Yeah.
Dying at, why is my phone not...
Come on.
What
is your
fuck
problem?
Is happening? Dying at age 78.
Yeah.
Think of brain cancer even, too.
Oh, my God.
Robert Forrester
Uh-huh.
passing away. And relevant for our show tonight because he actually plays a pretty prevalent role
Yeah.
in El Camino.
Yep.
And what I know him from the most is he has a pretty sweet role in Jackie Brown. as
I've never seen Jackie Brown.
Max Cherry.
Okay. His face was familiar when I looked it up, but I couldn't place where I've seen it before. Like, he shows up in Breaking Bad, too.
Yeah.
But I haven't... I was like, I don't know where else I've seen this guy, but I know I have. But it's like a cruel irony. He died the day this debuted.
Yeah, it came out... he died the day it debuted on Netflix.
I mean, I'm sure he's probably saw it.
Yeah.
I would have guessed.
Yeah.
But yeah. He's very, very good in this. I would say El Camino. So I can only base it on that. But he will be missed.
Yeah. I feel bad about talking about how much he sucked in it later. I'm kidding.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but... oh, no. Oh, no.
Well, before we get into the tourney of random movies, why don't you load up that male scream?
Oh, jeez. Male scream even?
That's right. We're going to throw it in wherever.
What a full-ass show.
I know. And we got trailers to come after this, but
Jeez.
we got a full-pack show.
Let's get that fucking male scream in here right now. No, not that. Here. Times 2. Hey, male scream.
Male scream. We actually have 2 correspondences today.
My God.
I know. So, first one from my brother. My brother Corey, writing back. So, I have been binge listening for a week or 2 now. As such...
Does he still hate me?
Well...
Oh, no.
Well, keep listening. As such, would like to offer a challenge to you, JT.
Oh, shit.
I would like JT to make it through an entire review without uttering the phrase, in such a way where blank.
Fuck.
Apparently you say this a lot. Still love the show. Just thought this would be funny now that I've drawn attention to it. That's all.
Great.
So, try not to utter the phrase, quote, in such a way where blank, end quote.
All right.
I'll be listening. Second correspondence from good old OJ.
Oh, he's back.
He's back and better than ever, baby. Title of the email, challenge accepted.
Oh, shit.
And he writes, hey, boys. So, first off, let's see if Troy remembers that I sent this email and reads it on the air. My bet is that he forgets until the end of the episode when y'all mention the email address. Well, fuck you. I did this to spite you because I remembered you sent it and did it at the middle of the show.
Troy will only remember email if you call him out.
Yeah. Second, if Mr. Magoo wins the tournament of random movies, I will totally watch it and Skype in for the show. It would be an honor and a privilege.
I don't know about a privilege, but...
But it's not going to happen. Oh, he actually used a semicolon here.
Whoa.
Correctly.
Holy shit.
I know.
I didn't even know educated people listen to our show.
Did you know that he's a newspaper editor?
I do. I saw it's in his bio on his Twitter.
So good use of that semicolon.
Yeah.
Very good. I really want the best.
He'd get fired if he didn't use a semicolon.
Yeah, it's in his contract.
Yeah. We just happened to pull up an email you sent to a certain podcast and bumblefuck nowhere, and you didn't use a semicolon properly. You're fired.
Yeah. I really want the best little whorehouse in Texas to win because Dolly Parton is an angel.
God damn.
That's 2 for best little whorehouse there. Got one for me and one for OJ.
Wow.
Lastly, he says, third and lastly, thanks for turning me on to Letterkenny. Holy crap, that show is funny. Y'all should do a show about it since season 7 is going to get ready to come out on Hulu.
Wow.
Very soon.
Maybe.
Thanks, and as always, keep up the good work. Signed, OJ. I have to catch up to season 7 because I kind of fell off of it there a little bit.
I know, me and Molly have gone back to rewatching it. Yeah, I think we fell off like right before season 6.
Yeah, I think that's about where we are. Too.
And now we're like going back through it. Mm-hmm. And it's almost just more fun because we know where it all ends up.
Yeah.
And like every season kind of has like its own like kind of themes. So then it's like you can like look forward to certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know. I love the 2 seasons where they have the hockey team that just like goes back and forth saying each other's names.
Pussy.
Little bitch.
Jonesy. Yeah, it's good. So where we leave off? I threw in the mail at a random time. There's no real good place for that.
I think we're at a point where we know it's done.
It's done. You know it's done.
You know, the trailer's out there. Just fucking put the movie out already.
We've seen the trailer. We've seen the footage. We put it together. Movie's done.
Yeah. Use what you got. Make a movie. Bada bing, bada boom. You got a gross.
You got a gross. $1 billion gross,
$1 billion.
Baby.
Sad.
I got an obscene amount of trailers.
I got 3.
I have 4.
Fuck!
I love that this is an ongoing thing.
Always act so shocked.
We can say I have 1. I have 2.
Holy
shit.
No matter what anyone says, we're always shocked.
Why don't you go? Because I might have all the ones you have.
All right. Well, all of mine are like kind of like kids movies too. They put out a new trailer for Lady and the Tramp.
Oh, I didn't watch this one. I saw that it was available, but
it looks pretty much like the same story as the cartoon. But I don't know. Maybe the fact that they're actual dogs makes me feel more sentimental towards it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like just actually seeing like dogs playing this shit out, and I'm like, oh.
So Lady and the Tramp is actually on the slate to do next month.
Yeah.
So we'll have to check that out. Check back in.
They do show that the Siamese cats are in it because they do have a scene with the Siamese cat that fucks over Lady.
Okay.
So
how racist will it be on a scale of 1 to 10?
So let's see if they do We Are Siamese. Let's hope that they do We Are Siamese. So then Disney Plus is like, look, first of all, it's in the original.
Yeah.
And second of all, we apologize to any Asian people that could be offended.
We apologize that we changed the lyrics to the song of We Siamese, we make joke. We go pee-pee in your Coke.
I'm sorry we made it more offensive.
Here's Song of the South.
Yeah.
Oops.
Oh, we're really fucking up on Disney Plus.
Y'all wanted to see that crow scene from Dumbo? Here it is.
You wanted everything? Here it is, motherfuckers.
Here's all our dirty laundry.
Yeah. We got a special part. We have a special section of Disney Plus where it's just nothing but Walt Disney's Jewish rants. Oh, Disney Plus has gone down a dark road.
That's what the plus is for.
Yeah. Subscribe to Disney Minus, where it's just all of the bad shit that Disney's ever done.
Disney Minus. Oh, very good. Yeah. So I'm kind of looking forward to this. This is I barely ever seen Lady and the Tramp, so
yeah.
I guess I'll be surprised.
I vaguely remember it, but I don't know. From what I saw in this, like they find a way to still make them look like dogs, where I was like, oh shit, yeah.
So is this actual live action dogs?
And now, like they have I think they use live action dogs, but there are parts where they like CG them. But it doesn't look terrible. Like you can tell it's CG, but it's not like.
Is it like the Lion King?
Kind of.
I mean, it won't have that budget.
I mean,
but...
I can tell there are parts where they do actually use the dogs.
Okay.
But there are parts where they like model the dog and then they like have him talking and shit.
Do they move the mouth when they talk?
Yeah.
Okay. Just wondering. No, I guess I could watch the trailer and find all this
out.
out.
It could all be CG too, but there are parts where they look like actual dogs doing dog shit.
Dog shit.
So...
Great.
So,
Perfect.
Just watch a trailer, Troy. I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
All right.
I'm describing something you could actually watch for 2 fucking minutes of your life.
Fine.
Got one for Jungle Cruise, Troy. Did you watch this
I
one?
did watch the Jungle Cruise one.
This looks like Jungle Pirates of the Caribbean.
This looks bad. I don't know. It looks like Jumanji Light.
Yeah, I can see that. Just because of The Rock.
Yeah. The Rock in khakis.
Someone posted a thing on Twitter where it was like, can you believe that this is The Rock in 4 different movies? And it's like The Rock dressed the same in the jungle.
Yeah. Just like, in a khaki shirt.
This is The Rock in 4 different movies.
Yeah.
And he looks the same in every single one of them.
I guess the only thing that would be different is his progressive tribal tattoo. That's... Well, yeah, I don't know. This one just looks like it's more aimed for kids. Like, it doesn't excite me in the slightest. Even the humor in the trailer, I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. But, I mean, it's not for us. It's for a younger audience, I guess.
You have to keep in mind, Troy, not everything is for us.
You mean middle-aged, not even middle-aged, like 30-year-old white men? Not everything can be for us?
No, the world should revolve around us!
So, I don't know. It looks fine for whatever it is. It's like based off the ride, I guess.
Yeah.
Apparently, this movie also has like the world's largest set. Did you hear this?
Never.
I thought I heard whisperings of this. Maybe it's not true.
Who's whispering this to you?
Obviously, Elton John.
You hear about that jungle set, man?
Like you two blokes hear about Jungle Cruise. World's largest set.
When are you gonna come down?
Count on the wind. We love Princess Di. Oh, I'm out.
Count on the wind.
Yeah, I saw Jungle Cruise. Probably gonna skip it.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll hear about it. Maybe rent it.
Okay.
We'll see how that goes.
We'll see, won't we?
We'll see, won't we?
Well.
Do you want to do your one that... There's like that big one.
Yeah. I'll do my other one. So,
right.
I watched a trailer called Onward. It's the new Pixar movie that's coming out pretty soon.
I heard they had a new trailer for that.
It kind of looks like Bright for kids.
Okay. Bright for kids.
Where, like, the world is, like, littered with, like, magic since, like, the olden times.
Yeah, I saw a teaser for this a while ago.
And there's 2, like, I guess, troll kids or orc kids or whatever, and they find, like, a magic wand.
Orcs or trolls.
And they try to bring their father back to life with the magic wand.
Oh, God.
But only bring back half of him, and he's just a pair of legs.
And their mom becomes a bear.
And mom's a bear. Then, so, like, they kind of Weekend at Bernie's these legs where they just make, like, a fake upper body and, like, bring him around town to try to figure out, like, how to make him whole again.
What is hell?
And I think that's the premise of the movie. And I'm like, what the fuck, Pixar? What is this? Like, you've never really let us any, like, down.
Yeah.
But you did make Cars 2 and The Good Dinosaur. So
I've never seen The Good Dinosaur.
neither have I. Neil said he did, and he said it was bad.
Okay.
Well, not bad, just forgettable.
Okay. But yeah, Pixar will do this everyone. Well, they just like they turn one of the parents into weird shit. Like mom's a bear.
Oh yeah, mom's a bear.
And then I don't know. It just
was
feels
that?
like
I think that was just Disney though. I don't think that was Pixar.
Brave wasn't Brave Pixar?
Don't think so.
Hold on, let me see.
We're looking it up.
Looking it up.
Look it up, JT. Look it up. Look it up, JT. Look it up.
I'm looking.
Look it up, JT. Look it up. Look it up, JT. Look it up. Look it up,
That was a good
JT. Look it up. Look it up, JT.
Hey.
Look it up.
Calm your
Look
ass.
it up.
I'm looking.
JT. Look it up.
Shut the fuck
There's
up.
only so many octaves I can do. Look it up, JT. Look it up.
How do you find out?
Look, just search Brave and see what produced it.
Okay, I'm on IMDb.
Oh my god.
And this isn't working. Kelly McDonald did it? Oh shit. Let me. I'll watch a trailer and then I'll. It's gotta tell you in the
I
trailer.
want to prolong this even longer.
Yep, I want to prolong this so long. God damn it! And they got an ad.
God damn it! Is
I don't
it
give a shit about Gears 5. All right, get through this shit.
Come on, let's get it.
Yeah, Xbox, jump in.
If
don't show the preview approved.
Come on,
Shit.
what is going on
Here we
here?
go. Disney, give me Pixar. Pixar, bitch!
God damn it!
Hell yeah! Told you it was Pixar.
I hate it when it takes that long to find an answer and I'm still wrong.
Hell yeah! It makes it even sweeter for me.
Anyway, onward.
So there you go. Onward.
Looks weird.
Can't wait to see those legs.
Bright for kids.
And the last one.
No, I got one more.
Oh, Jesus.
I said I had 4.
Oh, I
I've only
didn't.
done 2. Easy,
I
bud.
didn't say. I thought you had the other one that
I do have that one, but I got another one.
Okay.
Easy there, bud.
Good lord.
Easy
Look out there, bud.
Look out there, bud. Why don't you take it down 30% there, Dan? I watched a trailer for Bombshell.
Okay.
It's about based on a true story.
Yeah.
Stars Nicole Kidman, Margot Robbie. I think also Charlize Theron is in this as well.
Okay.
But it's about the Fox News scandal where all these people came out saying all these women on the Fox News channel were very heavily sexually harassed and coming out against the people on them that did the harassing.
Yeah.
And so it's all during that Me Too movement thing when it first set fire.
Yeah.
And so they went and made a movie about it. And it looks very interesting, actually. I think it's because you have these really strong, powerful actors in there. Mm-hmm. And John Lithgow's in there playing a total creep.
Oh, cool.
So I'm way into it.
Did he play Rupert Murdoch?
No,
something?
he doesn't play Rupert Murdoch. He plays another executive, but he gets Margot Robbie in his office in one scene. He's well, I would love to move you to the top of the list for being an on-air personality, but you have to want it, and you have to show me how much you want it.
Yeah. You have to tell my dick how much you want
it. Yeah, just
oh,
speaking to the microphone.
Jesus.
But yeah, so it's all that kind of unnerving, gross, seedy shit that I want to watch it for.
Glad that's the only reason you want to watch it.
That's right. That's what I want to see.
I want to see men acting powerful, and then I'll skip the last hour.
Yeah. Yep. That's it.
I'm gonna turn it off after they start fighting back and be love seeing men being men.
So that's Bombshell. Check it out. Coming to a theater near you pretty soon.
All right.
Now we
get into the big one.
The
one that's gonna be the biggest film of 2020.
That's right. Doolittle.
Yeah. And pardon my pun, Troy, but this did little for me.
It was a strange trailer, right? Am I not wrong in thinking this? It's a weird trailer.
It's weird
for a Dr. Doolittle movie.
Yeah. All you really need is he talks to animals.
He walks and talks with the animals.
Yeah. If he could walk with the animals,
he could talk with the animals. Something
Sing,
with the animals.
Snort and whatever with the animals.
Fart with the animals.
Fart with the animals. Yeah, but with this, it feels like they're going on a fucking pirate adventure.
Yeah. I don't understand. Well, I do understand why they would make that decision to do that, but it just seems why are you trying to action up Dr. Doolittle?
Yeah. Like, I think the coolest part of the trailer to me was when he rode that ostrich into a courthouse. Like, he's like barrels past a bunch of guards into like what looks like a courthouse. And I was like, give me more of that shit. I don't need like he's on a pirate ship like consoling a gorilla.
Yeah. Maybe there's like an original story to Dr. Dolittle that all the other movies are based off of.
Maybe. But
like the original like black and white one was like, I can't remember who played the lead in that. I should, because I think he's a pretty famous character, or pretty famous actor, but now I can't think of it. Anyway, it was just like a normal story where like a man can talk to animals, and then Eddie Murphy took it over.
Yep, made it better.
The first one I think is fine.
It's not bad.
It came out when we were kids. Yeah. I don't think it's offensive.
Got Norm Macdonald monkey.
Then it
is it Norm Macdonald a monkey or is he a dog?
You're asking too much of me right now.
Look it up, JT. Look it up.
Look it up, JT. Look it up. Then there's like probably 2 abysmal sequels to that.
Yeah.
But like, they were all kind of like fun kids movies where it's like they're only there to see animals talk.
Yeah.
Like,
that's all you need.
I don't know why it looks like this out of anything is trying to Pirates the Caribbean up.
Everything needs to be a fucking blockbuster nowadays.
And what the fuck is going on with this accent?
It's all over the place.
All over the place. Like, all the power to you, RDJ. We know that's not your real voice, because we've heard it on air.
Yeah.
Oh, you're here too! RDJ, you just crept up from the depths of the garbage heap over there.
I came with Elton.
Oh, I see. That makes sense.
They're best friends.
Yeah. Well, we knew that. I mean, we talk to him regularly, really.
All right, I'm going to jump out the window.
Oh, no!
Yeah. Why do you always jump out the window?
I don't know. There's a perfectly good door over there. But, I mean, he did take some of the garbage with him, so that's great.
DJ's my ride. I'm going to jump out the window, too.
No! Oh, Jesus.
Bernard, what are you going to do? I'm going to stay here, sir.
Get the fuck back in the fridge.
Get in the fridge! You're Joker now. You stay in the fridge.
Oh, how many times do I have to tell you to get in the fridge?
Is it just me, or has the world gotten crazier? No!
Fridge!
I'm going to hit you with a sign.
Bernard, fridge, now.
I really hope Bernard doesn't turn into the Joker.
He'd be the most feeble Joker ever. We could look at him.
And it'd be copyright, too. Because he's a Marvel character.
That's right. He's so feeble and weak.
Yeah.
He'd be easily beaten by anyone.
Yeah. There's no way he'd be the Joker. We're going to test this. I'm just going to keep torturing Bernard until he becomes the Joker.
That's right. Don't feed him for a while.
People, tell us what we should do to Bernard to turn him into the Joker. Send us your emails.
Yeah, send them in. Do it at reviewpod@gmail.com.
Yeah, let us know what we should do to Bernard to turn him into the Joker, thus creating copyright infringement of our own. Or we turn a Marvel character into a DC character.
Also tell us why Dr. Dolittle has to be like this.
Yeah.
It's too offensive. Well, that's going to be it, I think. Now we're going to jump in to the Turning
Random Movies.
Rando Movies.
Get a bunch of randos in here.
I didn't actually see what ended up winning because I did retweet it early in the week, late in the period of voting. And I saw that it garnered a few more votes.
I'm pretty sure I know. Yep. It got closer.
Yeah, it was getting close when I looked back at it, but I didn't see
I think the front runner stayed in front, which was Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
Took it. So V for Vendetta, Yout Boy.
Yout V.
And Mortal Kombat is in. So we got our final four. Our final four of Smokin' Aces, Mr. Magoo, The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, and Mortal Kombat.
Mr. Magoo, god damn it. Great.
So we'll see if Mr. Magoo survives this week, Troy.
Okay.
When it's going to be Smokin' Aces versus Mr. Magoo.
Smokin' Aces versus Mr. Magoo.
And,
bring it on.
I think we're still on that. I think we're still going to be on that streak of not doing anything from the 2000s because Smokin' Aces is the only 2000s movie we have.
Never know.
And who knows?
No, do ya?
We might be tackling Smokin' Aces.
You never know. The poll could surprise us.
It could.
Very well could.
Smoking Aces. Mr. Magoo, get your votes in. We'll see who wins.
That's right.
To move on to the finals of Turn Random Movie 7.
That's right. Cast your votes. Do so on Twitter at ReviewReviewPod. Find the poll. Make it happen, Captain.
Make it happen. Make sure that Mr. Magoo wins so that OJ's got to fucking spend money to watch Mr. Magoo.
Yeah. And stay up late to try to record a show with us.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't want Mr. Magoo.
Hopefully he's just on the cusp where that we hit him in like the other time zone.
I think he's in the same time zone as us, so it wouldn't hit him not that bad. But not that I don't want to have OJ on the show. I just don't want Mr. Magoo
we'd
to
love
win.
to have you on the show.
I think he threw down that challenge knowing that he wouldn't have to be on the show. What do you think about that?
Call him
about
out.
Those mind games I'm playing with you there.
Call his ass out.
Well, Joel,
Yeah.
we've made it. We've made it to the top of the hour.
We're finally at the top of the hour.
We're at the top of the card.
It's too sweet to be sour.
Head of the show. We're doing it right now. El Camino.
Yeah.
A Breaking Bad movie.
A Breaking Bad. A movie.
Debuting October 11th.
Yeah.
The year of Lord 2019. In select theaters and on Netflix. With a budget of around $6 million.
Okay.
Not too bad. Rotten Tomatoes has this at 95%.
Wow.
Certified fresh. IMDb 7.7 out of 10. Metacritic 72%. And Sean Young's Private Palace. No, wait. Sean Young's Private Place.
Okay.
That doesn't matter. 3 out of 4 stars.
All right.
So, pretty fairly high praise from everything I found out there.
All right.
Obviously, there's not like a ton of box office news because
Oh.
it was in select theaters.
Netflix
I looked,
playing it close to the chest.
and Netflix doesn't give out any viewing numbers, so I
No.
couldn't find any of that either.
No.
So it was pretty popular.
Yeah.
I'll just say that.
People talk. Well, the stock price went up, so of course it
It
was
must
popular.
have got on top of that then. JT, could you tell us what El Camino would be about?
Well, we visit Jesse Pinkman mere moments after the events of Breaking Bad, where he is on the run, avoiding the law after what Walt did at the end of Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
To where he is now hiding out to try and find some money and maybe find a way out of old Albuquerque.
That's right.
That's pretty much it.
Yep.
That and a bunch of flashbacks. That's pretty
That
much
a bunch
it.
of flashbacks, yeah. Some fun little facts. So there's some pre-production of this movie. Was very hush-hush in making this. They always knew... well, I would say they knew they were trying to do something. And this movie, in Vince's mind, started out as like a short.
Yeah.
Just to show where Jesse Pinkman ended up.
Mm-hmm.
And then that short turned into an hour long.
2 hours.
Yeah, it turned into a 2-hour thing. It started as like a 20-minute short. Wrote it out. It's like, well, that's about an hour long. Now it's about 2 hours long once we got all these people back into the fray. So like, well, let's just put it out there. Put it out on Netflix because that was like the big...
Yeah. That's what kind of made it popular.
Yeah, for sure. One of the proposed titles was 63, because this technically would have been the 63rd episode
Oh, really?
of Breaking Bad, or Greenbrier, which I don't think makes any sense. I like 63 more, but Greenbrier was also in the fold there.
I don't know.
It was a very oddly super secret production
Yeah.
for like, I'm gonna call it like a TV movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's it. It almost sounds like I'm cheapening it by saying it's a TV movie,
No.
but like it was oddly super secret in so much that certain scenes were filmed with only the production team's family there. Like no other actors were hired on for that scene, and well, like a few scenes.
Yeah.
And then like people had to be ushered out in secret, and it was in like just reading them like for what?
Yeah.
Like
it's not like a lot of like crazy shit happens in this.
I know, but like it reminded me of like how crazy Star Wars gets with like spoilers and stuff.
Yeah.
And like they must have done a good job, because like I literally didn't know anything about this movie besides that it was going to be coming out.
Yeah.
And even then I'm like, when? And it's like, oh, it's out like in a week.
Yeah.
Like I totally forgot it was coming out, and we had it on the slate.
Yeah.
So like kudos to Vince Gilligan.
Yeah.
Like
Totally.
It was insane. And like I also think that after watching Breaking Bad, like I guess I didn't really need a resolution to Jesse. I kind of liked that at the end he just kind of sped off.
Yeah. I feel like this movie feels like an epilogue to Breaking Bad.
Yes.
Like it's that part of the book where you don't need to really read it because the story's pretty much all done.
Yes.
But this is like, well, if you want a little bit more, we'll give you a little bit more.
Yeah. So like this also sounds like a kind of a diss to it. It's like a movie I didn't need, but then when I watched it, I appreciated it.
Yeah. It's just fun. It's just fun to watch.
Yeah.
Like
and
you get to like, it's like revisiting an old friend.
Yeah. So and Vince Gilligan also was stated saying like he was fully aware of that during this.
Yeah.
And so like you could go in and watch it without any Breaking Bad knowledge, but you will get nothing out of it.
No.
Because this literally is like episode 63.
Oh yeah. Like if like a friend of yours is like, "Hey, the new Breaking Bad movie's out. You don't really need to know anything about it. You can watch it with me if you want." Then that friend of yours is a dick.
Yeah.
Because you will not know what the fuck is going on. Like, from scene 1, you'll be like, I don't know what the fuck is happening.
What is this? Yeah. Because there's a lot of shit that happens to Jesse, especially in the last season of the show.
Yeah.
That, like, he's almost a different character in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Than from the show, because, like, he's broken.
Or they'll even do like flashbacks here where they show like different versions of him.
Yeah.
They even go as far back as to like right when him and Walt get out of the desert when they're stuck out there.
Yeah.
Where it was like, yeah, you're a completely different person here than when you than what
it
you
was
are
like
now.
Early season 2.
Yeah.
He's just like got the beanie cap on, he's bitching.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy cow, they went all over the gamut. But like I really liked the style of the way they decided to present this to us.
Yeah.
Where it was like just right after the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
Starts there, goes kind of gets your footing in there a little bit, and then flashes back to something for quite a while.
Yeah. And like the flashbacks they do, I appreciate. Like there are definitely ones where it was like, you don't need this.
Yeah.
But one in particular, like the ones he does with Todd, I was like,
yeah,
I wanted so much more Todd in the show, but they just didn't give it to us.
Yeah.
And then in this, like they give a big lump sum of this is him and Todd, where I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted more Todd.
For sure. And it's also, so did you find it a little distracting that Jesse Plemons, who plays Todd, like has a bunch of weight on him now?
Yeah, like at first I was like, because like at first when they first show him, like they show him like through the bars of his cell.
I thought that was
and
so
I was like,
funny.
And I was like, oh, they're gonna do this to try and hide it. And then after a while, they're just like, yeah, fuck it.
I thought the exact same thing. Like, so he's currently filming Fargo right now.
Yeah.
And so he put some weight on for that.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of unfortunate that like the stuff that he's in is a flashback, and he's like 100 pounds heavier. I don't know. Like he's pretty svelte in the original series.
He's coming back for Fargo?
Apparently, either he was coming off of Fargo or he's currently filming
if he came off of Fargo, that was like a while ago because he was in season 2.
I don't remember. But I don't know. I can't remember when they started filming this either.
Yeah, I don't know.
Apparently, the production of it was like from beginning of filming to the end was like 50 days. Like, I was actually surprised how long it took.
I know. I was surprised when you said $6 million because, I don't know. Vince Gilligan, I just want to see him do more shit.
I would also love to see that, too. Because I don't know much of what he's done besides, like, this stuff and
I know.
A few X-Files things.
Yeah, and that's, like, the thing where, like, as much as I love Breaking Bad, I kind of want to see him break out of that shell and try something new.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, he's an amazing director and gets, like, really interesting shots and shit.
Yeah.
But it's all been within this world. Like, I almost kind of want to see him try something different.
Yeah. And I don't even... Like, I love the world that he's created for this.
Yeah,
where everyone sucks. Like,
everyone sucks.
You're rooting for the least shitty guy.
Yeah.
And granted, I haven't even watched any of Better Call Saul yet. Like, and I want to dive into that.
And it's just as good. And it's just as good, but in a different way. Like, just the shit that Saul goes through. Like, Michael McKean as his brother is one of my favorite characters in that show.
Yeah. Just
because he's, like, the exact opposite of Saul, but he's, like, just enough like him that you can tell that they're brothers.
Yeah. So, does Better Call Saul... I probably asked you this, like, 100 times. Does that happen before or after Breaking Bad?
Before.
Okay.
It's like a kind of like a Saul origin story.
Okay.
Where it shows how he pretty much goes from like kind of like a deadbeat to like the most well-known criminal lawyer in Albuquerque.
I think it would be a big ask for Chelsea, but I would love to start Better Call Saul to kind of get where it's at to now and then start Breaking Bad. She likes the show because I was talking to her about it like after I watched the movie.
Yeah.
But she's like, she hates how she feels after she watches it, which I totally get.
Yeah. I don't know how she would feel after watching Better Call Saul because I think Better Call Saul
there she is. You want to defend yourself? Or did I get it right? Got it right.
Better Call Saul has like a different feel to it. Like it's like all of like Breaking Bad, I feel, is like heavier than Better Call Saul is.
He fucking ruined his family's lives.
Birds.
Yeah, I'm sure
but
all night.
With Better Call Saul, it's like you're just watching like a guy that gets beaten down to the point where like he feels like his only option left is to
like go crooked.
Yeah. Like he tries to become he tries to be like a legit lawyer, but the people around him are pretty much beating him down for their own benefit to where his only option left is to go the criminal route.
I mean, I don't want to alarm you guys, but that might be a ripoff from Designing Women.
Oh get
no!
The hell out of here!
Breaking Bad is Designing Women of the new age.
I mean, you guys are gonna have to watch a lot of seasons to get to that point of Designing Women, but you'll see a parody or a parallel.
Homage. Yeah.
A parallel. I don't know why it's a parody. Watch Designing
Better
Women.
Call Saul is a parody of Designing Women. Is that what you're trying to say right now?
Don't you wish it was?
No. I don't wish that at all.
I kind of do.
All right.
Yeah, I don't want to watch it again.
I do.
I just think I don't know, he was such a jerk to his family.
Is it appropriate to, like, when you go back to work,
oh my God,
watch an episode while the kids are in the room?
No, not while you have tiny children in the room. Should you ever watch a show like that?
But they don't really understand.
You already watch things that are really not cool.
Okay, literally, I, like, turned on a news channel on YouTube the other day, and Macy was in the room, and they had just a series of swears in there that I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. Or you watch like stuff that I'm like pretty sure is going to give her nightmares. And you're like, she's little, and lately she's been waking up with nightmares. So.
Yeah, but for the stuff that she is curious about, like bugs and bees.
She's starting to remember stuff, so.
Yeah, I'm very aware of that.
He's
so
a
when
dad.
the news channel I was watching that said like stupid fucking shithead assholes, and I'm like, that's so many swears in a row. And I was like, oh my God. You're like making dinner. I could feel you shake your head from the other room.
I didn't even know. Now I know.
Oh God. I've exposed my hand.
What have you done? Yeah, no, it's just like I can't watch Orange is the New Black because like you started it and I was watching it with you and then you would fall asleep immediately and I have this thing where I have to see the end of the episode. So I watched on and like it makes me feel like I'm going to jail and I no, it's not real, but I don't like the way the show makes me feel because that's a real fear of mine.
Going to jail?
I don't like being in trouble. Okay? I'm just putting that out there.
All right, fine.
You know it. I just don't.
I know it, obviously. I do know that.
Did you know
You tell me this a lot.
that? Okay, well.
A
lot.
Like, I'll be like
I don't like
driving
being
the
in trouble.
speed limit and we drive past a cop.
You
She's
said
like,
that. You don't
slow
like cops
down!
behind you, right?
I'm like,
I don't like it, but I don't like it for the fact that I could get pulled over.
Me too. Not that doesn't make me feel like I'm gonna go, but just like the thought of
you
being
guys
in
just
jail.
need to burst your bubble and get pulled over a few times.
No.
It's not.
I've been
You
pulled
are
over a
a
few times. I don't give a
monster.
shit. That's just I don't want to get a ticket and pay a fuck ton of money.
Yeah, he doesn't want to pay a fuck ton of money out of his butthole.
Guys.
Yeah, out of my butthole.
Listen,
Where are you at?
you married me. You're friends with me. I don't know.
I don't know either anymore.
I don't know either. I don't know anything.
What do you think about the Doolittle trailer?
What's that accent he got going?
See? That's what
There
we
you
said.
go.
That nondescript accent. It's like Schitt's Creek.
It's a shit accent. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Schitt's Creek accent.
Have you seen Schitt's Creek?
No.
We
mom
would make
in it.
shit out of
We
Schitt's
make
Creek
shit out of Schitt's Creek.
But you've
because we
never-
didn't know what it was forever, and now you started watching it. I'm like, it's not that bad.
No, it's not. It's not. I didn't get into it as much as like everybody's like, it's amazing until like the third season. I was like, all right, you're hitting your stride. Eugene Levy and his son Daniel Levy, they kicking ass.
Kicking ass, taking names.
Canadian show.
G'day.
Kicking ass, taking shits.
That's it. You fuckers. God. This is the only adult interaction I get in a day. Sad.
And it goes to just potty humor.
Yes.
Like,
Yep.
that's
the
what we
comic
got.
room.
Taking
It's
shit.
Oddly cold in here.
I think it's perfect in here
my
right
God,
now.
it's
It's
fine.
a brisk 65
It's
degrees.
a brisk 45.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's usually hot as
Your
piss
beer
in
is
here.
frosted.
Yep.
Oh, I think it's cold. God bless you.
God bless him.
Yeah, no, you got it right. It's weird. I'll like go to use the restroom or like walk by, and that's when you're talking about me in the other room and lures me in.
Yep. Your ears are burning.
Yeah, I got those Peter tingles.
Did you listen to the last episode?
No.
Oh, we talk about you a lot.
What? What do you mean? What were you talking about? Say it.
When
Was
we were,
it shooting the shit?
it was because she really likes wrestling, right?
Oh yeah, that's right.
You're a secret closet
Oh,
wrestling fan.
fuck you.
Yeah,
guys.
we talk about
No,
you're
I
a closet
don't.
wrestling fan.
If you count watching the Diva show on the E Network.
We don't.
That counts.
You're a total
Did you
mark.
actually say that I liked wrestling?
Yes.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Okay, well, this is bullshit.
Turn
Turns
the word.
mic off,
This is bullshit.
farts, and gets
Spread
out
the
of here.
word.
Farts. No, I'm still like, you should still
I
not
still
say
find you
things
a
like that
very
about their
lovely
wife.
lady.
Oh, okay. That's what a woman wants to hear. A lovely lady. As you talk about me farting walking out of a room. You're a
That's because I thought you'd just be disgusted with us. Be like, suck on this, losers.
Yep.
God. This is how you're painting me to the internet?
What is going on with this El Camino
Yeah.
review?
I
We
don't
haven't
know.
talked shit about
But I
Derailed.
really
anything
hope
on
that
El
people
Camino.
email in and are like on my side, like, don't talk about her like that, you shitbags.
Email in at reviewreviewpod.
Yeah,
Yeah,
at
come
gmail.
on,
Let us know how
OJ, stand up
terrible
for
we
me.
are.
Yeah.
Someone honorable. I don't like wrestling.
Fucking
You're
But I
very-
like you, Joel.
Okay, good.
What about
Appreciate
me?
it.
I don't know.
That's fair.
I just don't know. On that note, let me just go fart as I walk out of the room. Walking
See, I
toots
knew
over
you'd
here.
do it.
Yeah.
No, you were disgusting. God.
Love you, Chelsea.
Bye, you lovely thing.
Oh my God.
That was him. That was not me.
Fuck Troy. Trying to bury me.
I'll bury the shit out of you. I need all the good graces I can get. The gauntlet has been thrown.
Happy wife, happy life.
El Camino. Where were
El
we at?
Camino!
Where were we? I don't even remember where we were at.
Chelsea doesn't like watching Breaking Bad.
Correct. So, what I wanted to do, Saul, Breaking Bad,
Yep.
and then go back to El Camino.
There you go.
Feel like it would be a
But they do like small snippets here and there where they show where Saul is now
Okay.
in the show, which
Great.
is kind of cool.
That's cool. Like post Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
They'll do like small black and white cold opens.
Vignettes. Well, I've seen the show once, so not Saul, but Breaking Bad. So I mean, maybe I'd pick some of that up. But coming out of like El Camino, like I've so far removed from the show, like almost by a decade.
They do like a small recap before.
I did watch it too. I'm like, this very much helps.
Yeah.
Because I remember where they end up.
Yeah. Like me and Molly watched all of Breaking Bad like 3 or 4 months ago.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
we definitely needed like that recap.
Yeah. And really there's not a whole lot of spoilers in this.
Not really.
I do want to save a little bit for spoilers, but like
Yeah.
What was getting me in this movie that I think they did like the best, and I think they do awesomely in Breaking Bad as well,
Yeah.
is like the tension.
Oh yeah.
Every scene is so tense, even if it's like the littlest thing.
Oh, I know. Me and Big A like went back and forth talking about this movie on like Facebook Messenger the other day, and we were like, Vince Gilligan could film someone waiting in line at the post office and it'd be the most interesting fucking thing ever.
You really could. So like because he's created like this universe where literally anything could happen at the drop of a hat.
Yeah.
Like he makes tension matter.
Yeah.
So like it's not like in a regular blockbuster movie where it's like, oh god, is he gonna get through this? Of course, he's the hero of the movie. He's gonna make it to the end. Like
yeah.
You don't even really know, because like super surprising things happen in Breaking Bad.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, well, I didn't figure like Jesse was gonna die in this movie.
Yeah.
But like I could definitely see him not coming out unscathed.
Yeah.
So like anytime like you just felt, there's like 3, 4, 5 times where you're just like, oh my god, you need to get out of the situation, or hurry up. Like I felt that many times, and I'm like, that's like the hugest strength I feel like to this whole series of things. And like I don't think there is a show on TV that matches it at all.
No, that's why I loved watching this. Like, it made me remember how fucking amazing Breaking Bad is. Where they'll just give you like mundane scenes where you can tell something's wrong and you don't know what it is until it's too late.
Yeah. And like I coming right out of this, I'm like, oh my god, I do want to rewatch Breaking Bad, because like the first time through, I don't think I really appreciated it until like I was almost halfway through the series.
Yeah.
Because I was like, it's kind of slow and meandering. I don't know where it's going.
Yeah.
But it was like deliberate.
Yeah.
So like going through again, I would love to see, knowing where it ends up, like the subtle things that, accumulate to make these characters progress or regress.
And then I love Breaking Bad, so I'll do that shit where I'll like look online and see all like the fan theories and shit, and I'm obsessed with the one that people always drop where they talk about how every time Walt kills someone, he borrows like a trait of theirs. Like after he kills a Crazy 8, like he cuts the crust off all of his sandwiches from then on. And then like shit, I think after he kills somebody, that's when he grows his like goatee.
Okay.
Where it's like he takes on like the traits of the people that he kills as they go throughout the show. Okay. And I think they even like asked Vince Gilligan about it, and he was like, "Oh wow, I can't believe people found that."
Of course, it's the internet. They find everything.
Yeah. But Yeah, but it's like stuff like that. Like it's like subtle things where like it's so like loose in context that you don't really think about it.
Yeah.
And when they do it, you're like, and then when you like find it or like someone points it out to you, you're like, God damn, Vince Gilligan's a genius.
I really think he is like a genius at like serialized television.
Yeah, or just like his shots in general. He has such fucking. There's a shot in El Camino where I thought it was the coolest fucking thing I ever saw, where they do like an aerial shot of the apartment.
Top-down apartment?
Yeah, and it's just him ripping apart everything, and I was like, I've never seen that in anything.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking cool.
I also thought that was an awesome shot. Chelsea even was like, this is a cool shot. Like,
yeah.
Unanimous.
Or
cool
and then
shot.
and the spot and the part where like the cop, like that cop finds him in the apartment, and then like you hear a gun cock, and then they like almost show him like hiding in like the square part of a couch, but it looks like a tunnel, and they just like zoom in on him, where it's like they just shine just the light on him, and it feels like it's such a claustrophobic, like scary shot, but it was like he like
oh yeah, because like when that the cop's searching the apartment, and it's like I think the mattress tipped up against the wall or something.
Yeah, and he's hiding in,
and he comes out of nothing, like comes out of blackness.
Like the camera zooms into like the blackness of this mattress, and they zoom right in on Jesse holding the gun on him.
Yeah,
like it makes you feel so claustrophobic and scared, and it's like he's like making me know how to feel with a shot, with like a camera shot.
Yeah,
it's like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that. All of those, and I don't know if that's like Vince Gilligan or if that's like the cinematographer he uses, but whatever it is.
But everything in Breaking Bad's like that too. Like it's just these crazy, out of nowhere shots.
Yeah, but
like
he doesn't direct every episode. That's why I think like his crew that he has with him.
Yeah, I think he just knows.
Is like a tight crew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. Coming out of this, I'm like, rewatch. I need to rewatch. Need to. But like I also do, because I'm so far removed from the series as well. There is a lot of like Easter eggs.
Yeah.
In this that I kind of looked up some of them, and for the life of me I didn't write them down because I had a tab open on my fucking
Well, even in the beginning,
Chrome, and then it just closed out.
Even in the beginning, when they just do like a random like flashback scene where it's him and Mike, like they meet at the spot where Mike dies.
Yeah.
Or like they're kind of talking about like what they're gonna do, and then like he talks about, oh, now you're gonna be like this, like the youngest retiree ever. What are you gonna do? And then he asked Mike what he would do, and he's like, I'd move to Alaska. And that's like legit the answer he gives when Walt brings him out in the middle of the desert, and he thinks Walt's gonna kill him.
Yeah.
And then like Walt gives him a bunch of money and asks him what he's gonna do, and then Jesse says he's gonna move to Alaska.
God. And there's other things too. Like there's a scene where there's like this beetle crawling on the ground, and Jesse picks it up, and he like wants to take care of it, and that happens like early on in the series to show like he's after all the shit that's happened to him, he's still got like a tender personality.
And Todd kept the spider that Todd kept the spider of the kid that he killed.
Yeah. Like, I totally forgot that even happened, and I saw it in the recap, and I'm like, oh my god. Like, I forgot they went hardcore in this.
Yeah. But I loved that. Like, I loved all the shit they did with Todd in this, because I thought he was, like, one of the most fascinating characters, and I don't feel like they did enough with him. Like, it was, like, by the end there, they were just trying to get through the rest of the show, and they had this, like, really interesting character that they could only do so much with, because we have to get through the rest of Walt's story.
Right.
So the fact they did this flashback where you're just pretty much living a day in the life of Todd and Jesse when Jesse was being held captive was like, it made me almost kind of learn more about Todd in a way where I was like, this guy, he's both like sympathetic and scary at the same time.
He's like a complete like sociopath.
Yeah.
Like he's super cold, has no emotion.
Yeah. Well, like he kind of like
that
strikes
makes him
me
scary.
Like he's as smart as an adult, but I feel like he has like the same understanding of death as like a 4-year-old. Because you can tell he cares about stuff, but it's like when it comes to like death and things like that, I don't think he fully understands what happens to people.
See, I don't know. Like I find it like he almost carries no emotion. So like killing somebody would mean nothing to him. He's like, yeah, they kind of made me mad, so I had to kill him.
Yeah,
like,
but like if he didn't have any emotion, then why would he keep the spider as a pet? And then why would he be like, oh, I kind of felt bad that I killed her, like shit like that. Where it's like,
but he says it, but like, it doesn't seem to like phase him at all. So that's why I'm like, I don't know.
Like I think it phases him because I don't think he understands like the true gravity of death.
But either way, it makes him like a very scary, a very unassumingly scary character.
Like a part of like the scene where like, yeah, he needs Jesse's help, but a part of it is also like he kind of wants Jesse to be his friend because he's kind of lonely at the same time. Like
he lives with all these neo-Nazis.
Yeah, it was all those neo-Nazis that kind of talk down to him, and then like, but yeah, when he has Jesse around, like he treats him like a friend.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but then in these scenarios where like, oh yeah, I need you to help me get rid of this dead housekeeper because she found my money.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't do it like he didn't do it because he wanted to kill someone. He did it because she found his money, and then Uncle Jack told me you can't have anyone find my money.
Yeah.
Where I was like, well, I guess the only thing I could really do was kill her. It's like, I don't think it just. I just think like he has like this mindset of kind of like a 4-year-old, where like when you tell a 4-year-old that someone's died, like it just doesn't really set in that like they're gone forever or they're dead. Like they're dead. They're gone forever.
Yeah.
Like it just strikes him as like, oh yeah, well, death is a thing that happens, and it doesn't really affect me.
Yeah. Well, regardless of whatever it is, his character is fascinating.
Yeah.
And I'm glad he gets a lot of time in this movie too.
And he's such a kid. Like even like the part where like he's driving down the road with a dead body in the backseat of his car, and this semi passes him. He does the fucking pull the horn as it goes. Like he's like he just reminds me as like a little kid almost. Like, he's so fucking funny. But then you also have that scene when like Jesse pulls the gun on him, and then he's like, "Well, I'm gonna get pizza. You want beer?"
Yeah.
Like and in a way, it's like he's bringing up something they can do to hang out, but in another way, he's kind of like
he's smart
blackmail.
enough,
yeah,
to like know how to like turn a situation around though.
Yeah,
because I don't think he was just saying that like with a naivete. Like I'm pretty sure he was like fully aware. Like hey, give me the gun.
Yeah, there's still a part of him that knows. Yeah, there's still a part of him that knows that Jesse's beaten down enough where he's not gonna do anything.
Yeah. So man, like, great character.
Yeah,
great character.
Yeah,
and, like,
I love like I think all the Todd scenes are probably my favorite in this.
Yeah, and I don't think I even like going back to Jesse. I don't think I even realized the gravity of him being held captive in the original series, but this really pushed it forward.
Even like when they do the scene with the welder where they're just placing bets on if they can break the line, and they just keep like making him run back and forth as hard as he can.
Yeah.
Or it's like, man, he got really fucked up.
Yeah. I wish I would have heard more of that scene, because like at that point in time, like I was trying to watch it with Macy in the room, and she was like trying to like sing the ABCs at the top of her lungs. So I missed a lot of the conversation, but I just saw him running back and forth.
Yeah.
I just figured he's just being tortured more. I mean, it is.
Yeah. Well, like at one point they made him do it when he still had the cuffs on his legs, and they're like, "Oh, you might actually break his leg when we do that." Like, oh, okay, take him off. And they still make him do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I love the evil welder in this too. What was his name? Like Candy or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But no, he's in Righteous Gemstones.
Oh yeah, I read that. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know it was him until they showed it, like the flashback version of him where he had the long hair.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that guy, because he looks so different when they show like.
Oh really?
Him then, because he's like actually like clean cut, like he's kind of like looks like a shithead in Righteous Gemstones, but in this he's like he looks kind of clean cut, and I didn't even like realize it was him.
Huh.
But he's really good in this too.
Yeah, for sure. The whole standoff.
Yeah.
Right near the end, that was
cool.
Another super high tension moment.
Yeah.
Mixed with like a Breaking Bad like gosh, you didn't see this coming. Like,
yeah.
I was like, yes, this is fucking why I love this whole series.
A lot of like what Vince Gilligan does kind of reminds me of Quentin Tarantino in a way, where he'll present a scene where it just seems like a regular scene, and then it just introduces something out of nowhere where you're like, I didn't even know this was going to be a factor.
Yeah, like, same but different.
Yeah.
But like Tarantino's will be like almost like a heightened reality cartoony version where the Vince Gilligan one is like, you didn't see this coming. It could happen to anyone at any time.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's so fucking scary. And that's the kind of shit that I loved in this. Like the surprise out of nowhere, like whatever. So why don't we just do spoilers from here on out?
Yeah, spoilers from here on out, for sure. I'm sure if you've already seen Breaking Bad, you've probably seen this already. Mm-hmm. But if you haven't, like, make sure you see Breaking Bad first, because there's going to be a lot of parts where you're probably lost if you haven't seen Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
But if you've seen Breaking Bad, you're definitely going to want to see this.
I wouldn't see why you wouldn't want to see it at all.
Yeah.
Like, it's a great epilogue.
Yeah, it's not... it's a total epilogue. It's not necessary, but it's still... like, watching this will make you remember how much you love Breaking Bad.
For sure. So, like, when he's doing the whole standoff with the welder at the end, and you're like... You kind of remember he picked up 2 guns from his dad's safe.
Yeah.
But he only is showing the one.
Yeah.
Then he had the one in his pocket the whole time. I'm like, oh my god, that's so good! Then he shot through his pocket and fucking shot that guy away.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was such a
And then when those guys
moment.
leave and they're just like, you're on fire, dude. And I was like, that's kind of a weird line. And then he turns around and he's actually on fire.
Yeah, the gun like turned his pocket
like the
on
gun
fire.
barrel was resting against his coat, so like just the hot barrel like lit his coat on fire. I was like, God, that's it's so cheesy but so good at the same time.
Oh my god. So there's not really much else to spoil except for like all the secrecy surrounding like that Walter White is in this as well.
Yeah. And it's just like a flashback where it's pretty much them after the part where they were stuck in the desert.
Yep.
They had to like make a battery
Yep.
And
yeah.
And they're like at a buffet or something. But that I kind of like just because they showed, like, I feel like after that episode, it's like a real turning point with Walt where you can see like he's on the verge of becoming like Heisenberg. Where like when he like looks out the window and he was like, "Man, you're lucky you were able to find your potential before you got as old as me," or whatever.
Yeah.
And because it's like after that episode is where he finds out that his cancer's in complete remission, and then he's like, well, fuck, now I did all this bad shit for nothing, and that's when he really goes off the rails and just starts being a total dickhead.
Yeah. Oh man. Rewatch.
Yeah.
I need a rewatch.
Yeah. You know, it's good. Yeah, because I was like, after that episode, it's like that part where like they have the party for him, and he makes Walt Jr. like drink all that tequila, and he pukes in the pool and shit. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, I need it in my life.
But yeah, it's like the small hints, like even like the flashbacks will give you small hints of it to kind of like give you forethought of where they are in the series. And yeah, it's a really good epilogue.
Yeah,
you definitely need to watch a show for it, but it's really fucking good.
So the whole movie is like 2 hours long, but it doesn't really get to like kind of where it's going until almost the last half an hour.
Yeah.
Not that the beginning hour and a half is bad at all, but like what he really is striving for is to get money to like give it to this.
He's trying to make amends with like the vacuum cleaner salesman guy.
Yeah.
Because he ditched on him before, because that was when they did the whole thing where he was about ready to take off, and then he realized that Walt poisoned Brock, and then he leaves. So now he's trying to make amends because he ditched the guy, and now he has to not only pay for the time he ran away, but now he's got to pay for like the time to actually go to where he wants to go.
And see, like, I didn't remember him at all, this vacuum cleaner salesman. Yeah. So I was like way in the dark of like, so who is this guy again? I don't remember. Why does he owe him money? Like, I couldn't remember any of that.
Yeah. It's really apparent, like, in the second to last episode where they do the whole like flash through time with Walt, where he's like living in that cabin and he's like dying more and more of cancer.
Yeah. Like I remember that, and like I had to look up to see like who is the guy again.
Yeah. Like he pays him $10,000 to play cards with him
at
one point.
But I really like that character.
Yeah.
Because he's like comes off as just like a simple like vacuum cleaner salesman, but he's just like a hard ass, freaking crooked guy.
And I was like listening to like a review for this, and they talked about like he even does this in Jackie Brown too, where he's so good at playing dumb, but you can tell that he knows exactly what's going on.
Yeah,
like he does that in Jackie Brown a lot too. But even in this, where it's like, oh no, I like when Jesse turns the sign around and he's like, I'm open. Why you turn that around? It's like, fuck, you know who he is.
Yeah. So like, when I love that the whole crux of the movie is just pretty much like Jesse has to make $1,800.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that doesn't come in until the last 30 minutes of the movie. Because the only reason I even know that is because I had to stop it there last night when I was watching it.
Yeah.
Because I had to go to bed, because if I didn't, I'd be a piece of shit.
And you were just like laying awake in bed like, I was going to make $1,800.
Yeah, really. And then I saw it when I finished it up after I got home from work today, and I was like, oh my God. So like, I love when he's Jesse pretty much has like $250,000 on this guy's counter. He's like, you're $1,800 short.
Yeah.
And he's like, come on, it's $1,800. Yeah. I'm like, sorry, here's all your money. Get the fuck out of here. I'm calling the cops. And you're like, you're bluffing. And then the cops show up.
Cops like show up right behind
and he's
him.
like, oh shit. And he's trying to get out of there. But yeah, that scene was amazing. Because he fucking is like, I'm doing some illegal shit behind the scenes there. I don't give a shit. Like, I don't need any of what you got.
To the naked eye, I'm a well-off businessman.
Yeah.
Like, they're not gonna look too much into me.
Yeah.
But if you're causing trouble, they'll just take you, no questions asked.
Yeah. So you better give me what I'm owed. I don't give a shit. Like, I have nothing to owe you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I love that. It's like such little petty shit that I'm like, that's perfect.
Yeah.
He's
so good in
I have
this.
$250,000 on my counter, and I'm gonna bitch about $1,800.
I know. This is such a perfect last role for Robert Forster, where it's like you don't see too much of him, but you see him in this, and you're like, God damn it, I want more of him.
Yeah, he's pretty prevalent in the last chunk of this movie too, which is great.
Yeah,
God, so good. So like, obviously we've been praising this movie quite a bit.
Yeah.
Do you have any criticisms of it at all?
I think the only real criticism I probably have is just that, like, I mean, probably it's out of their control, but it's just like you can tell everyone is really aged.
Yeah.
Compared to what the timeline's supposed to be. But I mean, after a while, I kind of fell into it. I didn't really mind that much. Just that and the fact that, like, it's a movie, but you definitely need to have watched Breaking Bad to really get into it.
That was about my only criticism, is that you need all this back matter to even get it.
Yeah, yeah. Like, you could maybe take the story for what it is, but then there's so much stuff on the outside where you're just gonna be like, why are we?
Yeah, there'd be
focusing...
so much reference you'd have to look up.
Why are we focusing so much on this shit when we're just trying to follow a guy that's trying to get out of the town?
Yeah,
but yeah, my only real complaint is like you need to know Breaking Bad in order to really get this.
And what kind of a complaint is that, really?
Yeah, especially for someone that's seen Breaking, like, if you've seen Breaking Bad, you're gonna fucking love this, because it's the same quality. It might even be better, like, even like the camera angles and shit. Like, I feel like it's $6 million. I'm pretty sure they didn't spend $6 million on an episode of Breaking Bad. So you can tell there's, like, it almost is made better than an episode of Breaking Bad.
Yeah. I want to say, when I was looking this up, they almost spent the same amount for the finale.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yeah, I can see that.
But even the finale had some crazy shit in it, too. So.
Yeah. But they also took, because Breaking Bad was, like, serially shot. Like, they had time standards and stuff. They had to, like, film this in a certain amount of time. Whereas this, they didn't have that at all. Like, they're kind of on their own schedule, so they can let things breathe. So, like, that 50-day, shoot seems like a long time for the kind of movie that this is.
Yeah.
But with that, they said, like, for an example, they would shoot 3 pages of script a day for the show.
Yeah.
And in this... per day they would do 1.5 because they had the time to breathe. Damn. They could ad-lib it if they needed to like really get into the characters.
Yeah.
And I think it really helps. Like,
oh yeah.
You there's not a ton of dialogue or a ton of action in this. It's full of like quiet, tense moments.
Yeah. And then even on top of the tension, there's still shit that makes you laugh too. Like in the beginning, I went into this being like, this is going to be so fucking tense. Like, Jesse's on the run, whatever, blah, blah, blah. First thing he does is he goes to fucking Skinny Pete and Badgers, and they're just being a bunch of, fucking drugged out shitheads.
Yep.
And it's like, all the tension that I was expecting to feel, like, when this first started was like, they already took it away just by them being total shitheads.
Yeah.
And even when Jesse shows up, they're still acting like shitheads because they're fucking whatever.
They're who they
are.
Then,
and then Jesse gets on the road, and then the tension comes in where then it's like they brought you down, and then him being on the road and like experiencing all this shit brought you back up, where it was like you went in guarded, and then they brought your guard down, and then it's like, oh, you tried your guard up, motherfucker, and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's Vince Gilligan's a fucking genius. Like, I want to see like Blumhouse give him like if he can do this with like $6 million, I want to see him make a Blumhouse movie.
Sure.
Just like a straight out of like no context to Breaking Bad or anything, just a straight out like Blumhouse movie with the money that they give him. Just see what he does with it, because if this is what he does with $6 million, shit.
Yeah.
This guy would be fucking good.
Yeah. But I almost, like, not that I need exactly the same kind of thing, but, like, I couldn't tell you if I've seen the X-Files episodes that he's helped in creating. But, like, this kind of stuff, whether it be Breaking Bad or not, like, is his strong suit. And I don't know anybody really now of things that I watch that have that same kind of, like, anything can happen tension in it. Mm-hmm. And I really like that a lot.
Yeah.
And I would love to see him do, like a Blumhouse movie or something to that effect.
Or even like
watching like a thriller or something.
Yeah. Even like watching this recap, it reminded me of that part where like Jesse just shows up at Walt's house and just starts throwing fucking gas everywhere. I remember seeing that. I remember seeing that as the show was coming out and being like, how the fuck are they going to get past this? Like, what is going to happen beyond this?
I also like that was his writing style for Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't know how they were going to get him out of his predicament until they wrote the next episode.
Yeah.
So, like, during some seasons, they're like, they would, right till the end, to get him, like, a little cliffhanger ending. They're like, well, how do we get him out of this in the next episode? So that's why it'd be, like, some weird, like, almost Deus Ex Machina type shit.
Yeah.
But like, I never got sick of that.
No.
Like, because it was always something different, or it was...
Yeah. Or it was shit
really
that made
creative stuff.
And it was shit that made sense, too. Like, you can see him doing that.
Yeah.
Like, you could see someone coming to that conclusion, being like, yeah, this is what we have to do.
Yeah. Like, Walt would...
Or some
Jesse
science shit, too.
Yeah, like, he would always get out by the skin of his teeth.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was, like, the best kind of writing.
I'm gonna go home and watch Breaking Bad.
I know, right? The rewatch! We've been talking about it the whole fucking show! But the only criticism I have is that you need all this back knowledge of it. Otherwise, I think this is a great movie.
It was so fun to watch.
Yeah. So for that, because you need like the back matter, I will just give it like a straight A.
Yeah.
But I thought it was like I loved it.
Yeah. It was I had a blast watching this. Like it's not necessary, it doesn't need to exist, but the fact that I was able to go and watch it, I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, same. I would definitely, if I was going through and watching like a whole Gilligan verse of things, I would still watch this again to like get this last little like coda.
Wait, but the fact that was that what I wasn't supposed to say for Corey? What did Corey say that I can't say?
That's a good question. I said I was going to remember and I didn't. In such a way where
I don't know if I said that.
Well, Corey will let you know.
Corey will let me know.
So yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
What'd you rate it again?
I'll give it an A2 because it struck me in such a way that I just feel like it.
Gotcha. Well, besides El Camino and reminiscing about Breaking Bad, is there anything else that you've been into this last week?
I watched the reboot of Child's Play.
Oh, how'd that go for you?
The film that came out. It's interesting.
Okay.
Like they do. What I appreciate about it the most is that like it takes a completely different turn on the character.
Okay.
But it's
like the Chucky character?
Yeah. Like in this, it's a doll that's automated that has like AI.
So it's like an Alexa or whatever.
But it also has like because it's built by this electronics company, like they give it the ability to control all of like its appliances, which is like, first of all, why would you give a toy that ability?
Uh-huh.
But then they also give it like near the end, like it gives it like this way of like doing things where it makes it more horrific. But then it's like, why would you make a toy like that?
So it's not like a haunted toy. Is it a haunted toy?
No.
Or is it more like Small Soldiers?
Yeah,
where
it's
David
like,
Cross is like, you put munitions, chips, and toys to Jay Moore.
The way they set it up is that this guy gets fired, and his last disgruntled act as an employee, he turns off all of like the inhibitors in this one.
Oh, fuck this movie already.
This one doll, and then he kills himself. But so like, yeah, so like this kid gets his Chucky doll, and then the doll becomes so obsessed with making sure that the kid stays his friend that he kills the people around him that are trying to take him away from him.
I don't like this. It sounds very bad.
I mean,
to me,
I appreciate that they're trying to do something different with it.
Well, sure, but like so when horror comes to play,
yeah,
I hate when they have to over-explain everything, because like the mystery of it is what's scary. Like when you remember that Friday the 13th remake?
Yeah,
when they like kind of explained how he could show up behind anybody because he had secret tunnels underground.
Yeah,
like that's not scary.
Yeah,
he's just a regular dude fucking running underground.
Yeah,
like I don't care.
But I mean, yeah, I think I probably like the original Child's Play more, but they do things in here where they make why he's so violent make sense. Like they have a scene where they're like, it's just him and his friends are watching horror movies and like laughing and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So then he's like, oh, they like violence. So then he like stabs one of the kids to be like, aren't you happy? You were happy watching the movie. And you're like, no! Where like they do stuff like that where like it's almost kind of like a kid trying to raise another kid.
Uh-huh.
So in that sense, it's kind of interesting. But I mean, I think I would have I'd probably just more dig the original Child's Play where it's the psychopath puts his soul in another doll.
Yeah. I don't even like the Chucky movies at all.
Yeah.
Like, I think he's a terrible villain for, like, a horror movie. Because I don't see why he could be a threat at all.
Yeah.
He's like a 2-foot doll that can be beaten by kicking it very hard.
Well, they play him up as, like, because people are just like, he's a toy.
I get it. I understand. But, like, you got this little thing coming at you with a knife. Granted, that thing could probably stab you in the shins.
Yeah. And you usually don't see it coming.
You usually just could hit it with a broom and knock this thing out.
The thing is, you don't see it coming, though.
But when you do, Joel, when you do see it coming, you hit it with a broom and lock it outside.
But most of the movie is you don't see it coming.
I don't give a shit. This doesn't sound any good. Chucky sucks.
All right. Chucky sucks. And I also saw there's a documentary on Hulu that me and Molly watched called Untouchable, where they talk about Harvey Weinstein, and it makes you feel so gross after watching it.
Yeah.
Like, Harvey Weinstein feels like the biggest piece of shit to ever live.
From what I recollect of what he did, I couldn't argue much with that.
But they go more in depth in this, where it was like, well, they even like go in. I didn't even really know like how he got to where he was, and so they go into depth on that, where it's like he is like a self-made man.
Yeah. And
you can kind of respect him for that, but then once he gets to the point where like he's one of the most powerful people in Hollywood, and it just like how fucking gross that makes him. It's like, how can you even allow someone to become that powerful? Like, there needs to be some sort of safeguards to be like, if this guy is doing this shit, fucking put his ass in jail or do something that sets it up where it's like, oh, we know you're doing this, you're fucking fired.
Yeah. It's disgusting.
Yeah. Like, the only real reason that like he went to jail was because he's just Disney fucking dropped Miramax. Or like Disney like pretty much like bought Miramax and was like, "Oh, well, now you're on your own." Where then it's like, "Oh, well, I don't have this major studio that I can hide behind to do my crazy shit and then threaten women that I'm abusing to be like, well, you know, I run this place. I can easily blackball you from anything we ever do ever."
Yeah.
Now he runs the Weinstein Company, where it was like, no one gives a shit about the Weinstein Company. And then it's like, and then they even like show shit where it was like, oh, and then after, like, it's kind of funny, like after he sold Miramax, now he's going to all these like women's rights meetings and shit, where it was like, oh, fuck you. Fuck you.
God. Man, I'm curious to like check it out, but at the same time, like, I don't need to feel gross.
Yeah, you will feel like they interview like a whole bunch of actresses that like he did some pretty bad shit to, and it's like
I already know kind of like what I'm in for, because like there's one podcast I was listening to, might be Behind the Bastards.
Yeah,
where like they play a sound clip of like him begging some chick to come into his room, and
they play that in this too. Like that's like the clip that's the clip that got him put in jail.
Yeah,
was like this woman like brought a microphone with her, and he's just like, he sounds so fucking pathetic.
Yeah, and I'm like, I can't, I couldn't, I don't know if I could sit through a whole like documentary about it.
Yeah.
Make me disgusted.
Especially like,
make me want to spit.
And there's like women that were like, that knew him when he was at his most powerful, and it's just like shit like, I can make sure you never work here again. I can make sure people that I know will never hire you. And then it's like, he'll like lay the line where it's like, what's 5 minutes compared to the rest of your life or whatever.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Like, he's such a fucking gross individual. Like, I literally wanted to find out where he was and beat the piss out of him after watching this. He's such a gross fucking person.
God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you been into? Because I'm getting grossed out over
No, go ahead.
here. Oh, no.
I'll just leave it with that.
Oh,
wait, I'll say Preacher ended.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all of Preacher's ended. We and Molly watched the last episode of it, and it doesn't like end on like a really high. It just kind of ends.
Okay.
But it ends in a way where it's like you can see where everyone ends up. Like,
okay.
It's not like a big like crescendo of an ending.
Okay.
But they take an interesting aspect of the series.
Okay.
Like, it doesn't completely end the way it ends in the book. Like, I think it ends more happy in the show than it does in the book.
Okay. All right. It's still on my bucket list to watch that. I got the first season down.
Like, God is like a really prevalent character in like the last 2 seasons.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, he's not even really shown that much in the book.
Right.
But in this, like, God is like forefront. It's like the main villain of like the last 2 seasons.
Oh shit. All right. Well, he's in the book. He's kind of like the main villain.
Yeah.
But you don't ever see him really. You see him once for sure.
Yeah. Like, Airstar like answers like directly to him.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
All right.
But they do like all the shit they do with Airstar in the book. They pretty much do with him in the show.
Good. They
even have a dog bite his dick off.
Yes.
And the way they do that is pretty fucking funny.
Awesome. Perfect. I'll have to check out Preacher then. So this last Sunday, I woke up early and decided to try to jump back into playing Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah?
So you know what stinks?
What stinks?
That I only get to play video games like once a month.
Yeah.
And trying to jump into something that I'm like halfway through and trying to remember any of the controls.
Oh, I know. You almost have to like kind of like write a cheat sheet for yourself.
So like
Yourself.
I suck at Spider-Man at this point. Like, I am no good at it. I'm probably not even halfway through
I know
it.
Spider-Man is one of those games where you kind of have to play it regularly to really get like the controls down.
I like even like web swinging around, like it's fun, but like I'm like I can't do this like I'm trying to like catch fucking the pigeons or whatever.
And the pigeons suck.
And I'm like, fuck, I can't. I'm like chasing around for like fucking 10 minutes.
Yeah, if you suck at web slinging, don't even try the pigeons.
Well, I caught 2 of them, so I must be not that bad at it.
There was a few of the pigeons where it was like luck, where I was like, I fucking lost it, and then like right when I said that I lost it, I'm like in midair, like I'm not even like web slinging, I'm just kind of like falling through the air, and I like see it, I'm like, shit, and just like fucking grab it real quick.
But even like when I answer like a police call and it's to chase a car, I'm just like, I can't fucking do this. And the worst part is like when I get into like a gang fight and I'm supposed to take out all these dudes and I have all this shit at my disposal and I die in 2 seconds. Because I fucking, the one thing I hate about like the Arkham style fight 'em ups or beat 'em ups is that like every different enemy you have to fight differently.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm like, if I punch a guy holding a stick, it should feel the same for a guy with no stick. You know? Like, I don't care if he's got a baton that can shock me. I'm punching him in the fucking face because I have super strength. He should be dead if I punch him hard enough. The only ones that like should be different are like the big brute guys.
Oh man.
But like otherwise, if you're holding a goddamn stick, you should be able to kick you in the fucking nuts and get the fuck out of here.
You're gonna be so pissed when you get to like the part where like Silver Sable sets up their bases in like the park.
God damn it! I just got to Silver Sable stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's probably gonna be for a while because it gets to a point where like New York like issues martial law, and then they have like bases throughout like Central Park and shit. And that shit's, if you suck at fighting, that shit's hard.
I'll never beat this game. No, ever. I'll just go back to Red Dead and just like roam the countryside and just be peaceful. So
Left 4 Dead 2's coming out next year.
Left 4 Dead 2, you said?
I think it's like April of next year, I think.
I didn't really get into Left 4 Dead.
I liked Left 4 Dead.
Okay. Good.
Suck it.
All right, I'm sucking it.
So why don't you suck it?
I'll suck on it. One thing I haven't gotten into yet, but it just came out today.
Yeah.
The Office Ladies podcast came out.
Oh, it came out today.
The first episode dropped. I haven't downloaded, so I'll probably listen to it on the way to work tomorrow.
Have to check it out.
Just want to check it out, and maybe if it's good, I'll throw it Chelsea's way because I know she'll enjoy it.
Let me get a little subscribe here real quick.
So do that. But yeah, so the Office Ladies, they're recapping every single episode every week. It's from the
nice.
Earwolf Network. Check it out. I don't know if it's good or not, but I subscribed to it and downloaded the first step. Also, another thing that I'm really enjoying on YouTube is there's a celebrity kind of cook called he's named Matty Matheson.
Yeah.
And he now has his own channel on YouTube, and there's only now 2 videos on it.
Yeah.
But like I love him because he's like my personality.
Yeah.
And he's like this fat, multi-tatted, it's like obscene cook, right? But like that's who he is. Like he's not gonna try to trick anybody into thinking he's somebody he's not.
Yeah.
But like he is like a very good chef. And so like now he has his own cooking channel, but he's been on a bunch of other stuff. He's great. So like I watch his channel. Check it out sometime. I think his channel is just called Matty Matheson.
Nice.
So check it out.
Right on.
Also, I've been watching a lot of Tangled, the Disney
the Disney movie.
Rapunzel movie.
I think Molly likes that movie.
I think it's really good.
Yeah.
Like I paid no attention to it when it came out, but Macy is really liking it.
Yeah.
She wants to watch the princess movie with the hare and the lizard. That's what she says it every time.
Molly will every time we bring up like a Disney playlist on Spotify, she'll always play like that song. She get always lovey-dovey over that song with like the lanterns.
Oh yeah, that's a great song.
It's a good song.
It's a great song.
It's a good song.
Even when I watched it before you came today, and like I was like waiting for that song to come on.
Yeah.
And Zachary Levi plays like the heartthrob in it.
Yeah.
And he's great in it as well.
With his badass horse.
The horse doesn't like him until the very end.
Oh no. No, I love the horse in it.
Oh, the horse is great.
The horse is probably the funniest part of the movie.
But the bad guys in that, the 2 goons, are who Macy calls you. Because they look like... Macy thinks you're the bad guy in every movie now.
I love it.
You got a very villainous
I can't wait till she
you.
gets old enough to watch Die Hard and she thinks I'm Hans Gruber.
I can't wait for that either. And the last thing I've been into...
It's Russian Joel.
I got a lot of requests this week for people to check stuff out. I watched the David Harbour Saturday Night Live.
Oh, I didn't see it, but I watched the Grouch.
Yes. That's probably the best thing that's going to be out this whole year for SNL.
It came up on Twitter when I woke up on Sunday morning, and I was like, this is fucking amazing.
And really, that's like the best thing they probably did, because both me and Chelsea noticed, because we watched the Hulu replay of it.
Yeah.
It was pretty short.
Yeah.
And she's like, David Harbour hasn't been in a lot of these. And I'm like, well, that's probably because the skit sucked and they cut it.
Yeah.
So, like, that's always too bad. But, like, they have a new cast in it this year.
Yeah.
And the featured players actually had quite a prevalent role.
Really?
In the from the skits that I saw anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, not like Kenan Thompson or anything like that role where he's in, like, everything. But, like, I thought it was, from what I saw, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I still love SNL even if it sucks. Like, I don't know why, but like
I feel like it's comfort food. Like it's fun to play in the background.
Yeah. And David Harbour I like, but I don't know. It's like, so it's not been like what am I trying to say? It's not been unknown that they read stuff off cue cards or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But like it's been very apparent the last like 8 years.
Yeah.
That like they just read it off the cue cards.
Yeah.
The cast and the host.
Yeah.
And like that kind of bothers me a little bit because you go back and watch like old like 90s SNLs and it just seems like they know what's going on. Maybe I'm Maybe I'm wrong, but it seems like
know.
that they just seem to be in the scene more.
Yeah.
I don't know. But during the whole opening monologue, like David Harbour's doing this whole thing where he's supposed to be looking at like Lorne, but you can tell he's just reading directly off a cue card, and I'm like, oh my god. But either way, like he's pretty funny on it from what I saw.
Yeah, Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend just started up their next season, and like their episode this week was Tina Fey.
Yeah.
So they kind of go back and forth with like kind of like a regular week for like an SNL writer, which was kind of interesting.
I've seen like documentaries on that too. It's like I don't know if I would ever like to work for SNL. 'Cause
No,
it seems like you're worked like a dog.
I don't know. It sounds like especially for like, I don't know. For me, I think it would be fun just because so much of it is on the creative aspect. Like you're up for like days on end, but you're up for days on end being creative, and I think I would probably like that. But
it feels to me like it's so stressful.
Oh yeah, it sounds stressful for sure.
But anyway, that's all I've been into this week. So,
All right.
JT,
Yes.
if people want to talk Breaking Bad to you, we're gonna do so.
Burn down. You can find me at BuckyFriend on Twitter and also BuckyFriend on Instagram and BuckyFriend on Snapchat. Troy, do your shit. I gotta pee really bad.
Okay, you can find me at. Oh my God! You still have the headphones on.
Headphones on.
You can find me at Short of the Max on Twitter. You can find both of us at Review Pod on Twitter as well, as long as Joel didn't break the internet just now with that stunt he tried to pull. You can listen to all of our stuff uploaded onto reviewpod.podbean.com. But if you don't want to do that there, that's perfectly okay, because you can listen to us on a multitude of other platforms. You can pretty much find us everywhere, such as Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And if you listen to us on the latter, why don't you rate and review us there? Because a good review there helps other people find the show. And if you want to write in to the show, you're more than welcome to do so on the Twitters, on the Facebooks, or write us a letter just as my brother Corey and good old OJ did at reviewreviewpod@gmail.com. He must have really had to pee. I was trying to stretch that out. He's still not back. So join us Monday, where we dive back into the summer, Fast and Furious summer, with Fast and Furious 6. We're getting there, babe. We're getting through these. It's still the summer in our hearts.
We're doing it. It's summer in our hearts. It's summer in our hearts. Holy shit. Can't believe I ran off with my fucking headphones still on.
You must have really
I had to pee
piss.
really bad. I was literally like shaking while you were like explaining shit. And I'm like, this has got to be it. And then at another thing, I'm like,
it's the one time I did like 5 things. I needed to tell you about it.
But yeah, Fast and Furious 6. I'm curious to see what you think of this.
I'm curious to see.
I feel like they take a turn in this.
I feel like they also take a turn in this, and I want to discuss it in full.
In full detail.
So let's do that on Monday.
So on Monday. And then on for our next Thursday show, we're going to be doing some spooky films in honor of Halloween.
All Hallows Eve.
And I got one in mind, which I know you'll like, Troy, because it's going to be free on Netflix.
Oh, that's my favorite movie ever.
Favorite movies ever. And it's a movie that's stuck with me long enough that it's probably like one of the most terrifying movies I've seen in like the last 5 years or so.
Okay.
And it is the film Hush.
Okay.
On Netflix.
All right.
It's short too. I think it's like an hour and 26 minutes.
Okay, even better.
But
free and short.
Man, it's terrifying. I love it.
I don't think I know much about this movie, if anything at all. So it'll be a good surprise.
I'll leave it as it's a deaf woman that's being stalked by a mass killer.
Okay, I think I vaguely remember you bringing this up probably years ago.
Yeah, but I know you said you love The Strangers. If you love that, this is going to be even more terrifying.
Oh, great. I can't...
Imagine The Strangers, but like you're deaf.
Perfect.
And you can even like hear what's happening right next to you.
I can't wait to not sleep. I love it. Perfect. Well, then let's...
So yeah, Hush for next week. It's going to be fun.
Perfect. Can't wait. So, join us Monday where we do dive back into the Toretto and Brian bromance featuring Dwayne The Rock Johnson. But until then, I have been Short of the Max Extreme.
I am JT3K.
And we are off.